What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Troxel Sports Talk. We are bringing to you another bowl game, the Red Box Bowl between Cal and Illinois. What's going on, MonStar? What's going on, Arku? Okay, I do not know. Changes coming in Dallas with their coaching staff. It's about time. What's going on, the Gridiron Blitz? Fishing Essential, Chris Campbell. What's going on? Chris says, I'm taking Cal. Go Bears. Brady Quinn has taken Cal. Reggie Bush took Cal. Matt Leinart took Cal. And if we got a sweep, Urban Myers took Cal as well. Quarterback for Cal should eat them up. Ooh-wee. Lovey Smith got a all white beard. It's time for that just for men on him. So tonight we're going to do Florida and Virginia after this game. Then tomorrow we're going to do Florida State and Arizona State, followed by Utah and Texas. What do you guys think of the calls in Clemson game? A little suspect? I mean, I think it probably is suspect, but I mean, it's like, you gotta understand, in any type of sport that Vegas has a hand in it, especially like when it comes to big time money making games and stuff like that, they wanted Clemson LSU. Battle of the Tigers, Tiger Bowl, whatever. And I think they're going to probably try to push for LSU to win. That was a fumble. They took a touchdown off the board. Yeah. Yeah, I just hate how that, what do you call it? Professional sports and college sports and even really, what do you call it? It's starting to trickle on down to high school. That, it's almost like a popularity contest instead of an actual, hey, here's two teams, go fight it out.
Wilcox has got him headed in the right direction. He's had back-to-back winning seasons, and for the Bears, it's the first time in a decade they've been able to do that.
How many coaches do we run into that always want to build an identity, to have a culture? Well, that's been established in 3 short years
says,
here
yep, I
at
agree.
Cal. And I think a big part of it is not only Justin Wilcox, a defensive coach, but he's got his mouthpiece. He's got his middle linebacker, his All-American Evan Weaver, that I think has played a huge role in really forming that identity. It's not many kids today that you see that are as vocal,
Fishing Essential. That's sounds
willing
so
to put
good.
themselves out there as much as Evan, but he backs it up. The country's leading
Back calls will kill football as we know it. It's out of control. Yeah, that's why I've always been an advocate of don't give it to the officiating. Take care of business for whatever amount of time is in your ball game, and don't let the refs have any part of it. Because as soon as that happens, that is when, you know, bad things can happen.
In his 4th season, Brock, he won 9 games over his first 3 years. Got a chance for his 7th here in year 4 today.
Yeah, it took him a little longer to build some of that culture, to build some of that identity.
Because real talk, I think both games could have made history. There were 4 good teams in the playoffs this over the weekend. You know, I think, I don't know, the officiatings and things like that were a little wacky.
Loves to run sideline to sideline, and like Chase Garber's on the other side, when the Illini have had Brandon Peters under center, they've been a better team, much more functional offensively, the ability to run it, the ability to throw it. They believe in him, and really he gives them a fighting chance today.
So we've got the top 2 tacklers in the country. We've got 2 quarterbacks that have made their teams completely different when they've been available, and both of them starting today. As we get you to break.
Whoop. And for those of you that are in the chat, I do got to mute the game audio for copyrighted music, and for commercials, as soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate all 6 of you guys for being patient. All right, we are about to get ready to kick back off the So I will admit I have not seen Illinois all year, or I have not seen Cal all year. What's going on, RC? But I do know that, what do you call it? Oh. Yeah, I do know that, what do you call it? So far, Big Ten has been undefeated in bowl games, so I'm expecting a good game today. All right, we are ready to kick this thing off. Illinois is set to kick.
Illinois 7-3 all time against
So Cal gets the ball first.
The toss deferred to the second half, and so
oh my god! Why would you? Wow! Ball's going to be at the 2-yard line. He called a fair catch on the 2-yard line. Yeah, give me Illinois.
Unfortunately suffered a head injury, had to leave that game. He was full go for the final couple games of the regular season. You touched on it off at the top. This is a different team when they've got him.
Yeah, he's just Southern California cool up in NorCal, but he's also just got that game. Well, whatever it takes, not the prettiest, but man, he loves to run. 2 game-winning clutch drives this season, a big reason they're here this afternoon. A lot of poise.
One of them at Washington, one of them against Stanford. First win in the big game in a decade for Cal. But this one begins with a sack. First man there was the...
All right, Illinois, we started off with a sack.
Eifler with a sack for Illinois.
And this is an active crew for Illinois that's going to challenge this front. And Mike Safell is right in the middle. He's the voice. He's the leader. He was a rugby star, and you'll see he loves to mix it up right in the middle of that action. All 5 of those guys will return to Berkeley next year. And watch for Nico Remigio. He had 2 enormous games to end the season. A lot of zone defense. I think he's got an opportunity in the slot to have a very productive day.
Yeah, how about 157 yards.
1 second. I'll
Big
bring
game
up the
win
field.
against Stanford for Remigio. Garber's well protected, throws this one behind the true freshman Makai Polk, and it's quickly 3rd and long. Take a look at this Illinois defense. One of the most disruptive defenses you'll find.
And more disruptive when Batiku on the edge was healthy. Battled an ankle in the second half of the season. He is still their leader with 8 sacks, former 5-star USC player, a difference maker. We talked about Harding in the opener. He is just a stud tackler, and Sidney Brown, the safety. You got to have great safety play in Lovie Smith's defense, and he does with both Brown and Green at safety.
Defense number 3 in the country in takeaways. Number 1 in the country in defensive touchdowns with 6. Garber's over the middle, has the first down. On 3rd and 16, he finds his tight end Jake Tonjes for 25.
And no surprise, this is how a lot of people love to attack that cover 2. They love to the vertical. You can see the 2 safeties. Cover 2, those 2 safeties get wide, right up the middle for the big 3rd down conversion.
Christopher Brown Jr. swinging out of the backfield. He struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage as Nate Hobbs flies over there to stop him. You put it all together, and this Cal offense is the least productive one in the Pac-12 at just 20 points per game. But again, when they've had Chase Garber, they've gone 6-2. Now, if you break it down to the games where he has started and played at least a half, they're 6-0. Otherwise, this season 1-5. There's the backup Devon Modster. Handled much of the quarterbacking duties while Garbers was out. Off play action on the roll. Garbers finds Remigio. His first catch goes for 3, and again it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, one thing that really stood out in getting to watch all these games, right, with bowl prep, we get an entire month to take a look at both of these teams. Both defenses are going to challenge the quarterbacks today because there's not a lot of freebies. You're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to throw that vertical on time down the middle of the field. You're going to have to throw accurately into zone coverage. For Peters on the other side, he's going to have to read a complex defense, but both of these defenses so sound fundamentally.
Picked up a 3rd and 16 already on this drive. Here on 3rd and 7. Illinois shows pressure and brings it. Garber's retreating, heaves it out of bounds, and it's 4th down.
All right.
Pressure coming from Olawale Batiku.
It was a nice job. An extra defender comes. Lovie Smith does not love to pressure blitz, loves to rush 4, but he brings 5, and actually 6 come as the running back protects. There's nowhere to go in man-to-man coverage. And as
Lost the down. 4th down at the spot of the foul.
And as you just heard from our referee today, Chase unable to get outside the tackle box. No receiver around. So throw on a penalty on top of it.
Referee of this SEC crew for the Red Box Bowl as Donnie Navarro goes back to return the punt from the Australian Stephen Coots. A couple Australian punters in the game today. It's almost like a surprise when the punter's not Australian in this day and age in college football. So many products out of Pro Kick Australia. It's down to the 29-yard line, 36-yard punt. We get our first look at Illinois' offense.
All right. So we got Illinois to the 29-yard line. I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game does resume, I do resume the game audio. I appreciate everyone in the building. If we get those thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. RC says it goes to the 25 in college when it's a fair catch is called. Oh. I was about to say, fair catch at the 2-yard line. Like, come on now. Tiger Bowl, Clemson, go green, Ohio State lost. Hope this year's Red Box Bowl is better than last year's. Michigan is the only Big Ten exceptions. Yeah, RC. Yeah, Ohio. Oh, no, yeah, that's correct. Ohio State did lose as well. So, it is not a perfect sweep so far. What's going on, Brennan Wallace? How's it going, brother? Oh, I'm doing pretty well, man. Anytime I can get on and do a game with you guys, it's always a great day. So just letting you guys know, after this stream, I'll be doing Florida and Virginia. Tomorrow, I'll be doing Florida State and Arizona State, followed by Utah and Texas. I am not sure what I'm going to do for the 1 o'clock game on New Year's Day, but then I'll be doing Oregon and Wisconsin, followed by Georgia and Baylor. And then Thursday, I'll be doing the Pistons at the Clippers because I do have to go back to work.
Camp. Illinois starts its first drive from the 29 with a play-action pass that goes right through the hands of the defensive back, Chigaze Anuzium, who, boy, had a gift wrap there.
Yeah, and Washington, the receiver on the outside, didn't even see the ball. He didn't even locate it. And for a group that calls themselves the Takers, a chance for Cal right there to take one away from the redshirt freshman Anuzium. Couldn't quite do it.
First run play is in Peters' hands on the read. He makes a man.
Oh, we got a first down to the 50. Almost to the 40.
Those long strides. The 6'5" Peters goes for 29.
A good high school basketball player out of the state of Indiana. Everybody grows up playing basketball. Just a good athlete. He's actually played in a bowl game. Started for Harbaugh in the Outback Bowl against South Carolina a few years ago. And yes, an underrated athlete.
Here comes Reggie Corbin. Room off of the left side. And he gets bumped to the sideline and hits it hard for a first down. Daniel Scott pushes him out behind this offensive line. One of the nation's most experienced overall, but finally beginning to deal with some injuries. No Doug Kramer today, and right here Kendrick Green was questionable. He tweaked something in practice leading up.
And they slide him into center, the guy they call the protector, and immediately you see Coburn's burst. Just give him some room, and he is capable.
Takes the fake here. Underneath throw, incomplete. Looking for Navarro, covered by Bynum. Part of this Cal defense, which has gone from one of the worst in the country in the final days under Sonny Dykes to one of the best in the Pac-12 under Justin Wilkins.
Pretty veteran up front. Luke Beckett really sets the tone there and is a tough guy to move, especially
What's going on, Mark Young? Says, dang, the Troxel even has to work these days. What's the world coming to?
No Davis, no Turner. It's going to put Scott in safety.
Got to go back to work.
It's the backup quarterback, the freshman Isaiah Williams, and then the ball gets flipped free and carried by the right guard Richie Pettibone for a first down to the 11.
No, I saw them work this yesterday.
Yeah, I got to go back to work, so I will do the Pistons and Clippers later on Thursday at 10:30. I'll be off on Friday to gear up for the NFL playoffs on Saturday and Sunday.
Corbin slips a tackler and then goes down to the 10.
With a gain of about
that
one.
Is worth mentioning with Williams. He is
second
a
and 9.
By trade, played in a couple games, but we will see him today. Well, maybe not after the fumble. I don't know how much we'll see him carry it. But Rod Smith, the offensive coordinator, knows.
I appreciate that, Mark.
A bunch of talented wide receivers, and they just want to get his playmaking ability. So we'll see him in the slot. But I like the start by the Illini. A little mix of QB run, inside run, outside run, some RPO. Pretty efficient here in their first drive.
Yeah, we got Pistons and Clippers and Pistons and Lakers this week.
Games, just 10 points each of the final 2 games of the regular season.
Probably the only 2 basketball games I'll do.
Brandon Peters.
Outside of that, it's all college bowl games and gain of about 3.
And overall, they're middle of the pack in the Big Ten.
So it's 3rd and 6.
Still really depleted on the outside.
Yeah, I only do 2 basketball games, and then the rest is going to be college bowl games and NFL games. Well, I should say NFL playoff games. And I'll be doing both days, Saturday and Sunday.
A walk-on transfer is now the man at receiver. On 3rd and 6, Peters lofting for the end zone. It's broken up and incomplete. The freshman in Newsium, who dropped the interception to start the drive, defends.
4th and 6. They got to go kick the field goal. Shout out to Kel's defense.
And that's where the big body Emmanuel Bebe was such a difference maker for the Illini this year. 9 touchdown receptions. He so often leveraged that body, won that one-on-one, but credit to Newsium. A great break on the first play of the game and a wonderful job separating the receiver from ball on 3rd down.
Illinois had the biggest upset win in college football this year, beating Wisconsin, and James McCourt, the game winner as time expired. Here is the game opener.
All right, it is 3-0. Illinois strikes first. I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate the 13 of you for being patient. If we could get those thumbs up, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Smash that notification bell. Set it to all so you never miss a beat when we go live. We'll be going live after this for Florida and Virginia. Tomorrow will be Florida State versus Arizona State, followed by Utah versus Texas. What's going on, Hawks? Says no. Hold on one quick second, folks. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. I am not too sure what game I want to do on New Year's Day at 1 o'clock. There is the Michigan-Alabama game. And Auburn and man, why can't I remember? Oh, Auburn and Minnesota. So I'm not too sure which game I want to do, but I will be doing the Oregon-Wisconsin game as well as the Georgia and Baylor game. Mark Young says Michigan and Bama is going to be a great game. What's going on, Michael Lindelman? Hopefully I said your name correctly. Do Auburn, Minnesota, Alabama will blow out. Yeah, I got Minnesota or Alabama. 55-17. And I gave him the 3 extra points just to be nice. Because it's probably going to be 55-14. But whichever one I do, hopefully I could get you guys over to that game as well. So, I don't mind doing games as long as we got support. Michigan never does well in postseason. All right, we're back with the game audio.
Deshaun Collins from the 3.
Well, I will say this, that Michigan is my team. And, yeah, I have no faith in them in postseason play. There is some copyright music, so I do have the audio muted. As soon as the actual game resumes, I do resume the audio. Florida is rolling Virginia. Well, I'll be doing that game. So we shall see. All right, we are back with the game audio, folks. Ball is on the own 20 for California.
And go win it late, go finish.
MonStar says smash the thumbs up, people. Appreciate that, MonStar.
This culture, and as Bruce said in the open, why this one is so important.
Oh, Cal right up the middle.
Off for the first contact and getting 5. Sidney Brown with the tackle. Chase Garber's committed to Sonny Dykes. Of course, Sonny Dykes' wide open system, similar to what Garber's ran at Corona Del Mar and Newport Beach. First thing that Justin Wilcox did after he took the job was fly down to Newport Beach and convince Chase Garbers to stick with Cal. Pulls it here. Yeah, gets run down from behind. 3rd and short.
And once again, a really nice job by the Illini right there, right? Little play action. You're trying to catch them sleeping. You're not going to do it. This is a group defensively that just does not do a ton of things. They major in their scheme. It's man, frequently mixed in with a lot of zone coverage, and it's really hard to fool these guys defensively.
And it allows them to play really fast.
Which is a big part of why they've created 28 takeaways.
Brown motions out on 3rd and 4. Garber's looking over the middle. He's well protected. He scrambles. He's chased by Milan. He could run for a 1st down and does.
Got the 1st down.
Bumped out of bounds by Eifler on a gain of 5.
And Milo doing a little talking. I think he's happy to be back in the Bay Area. Look at all the eyes. Look at all those eyes of the defender drop into their zones. That is what Chase is going to be looking at a ton.
42-16 Alabama, says RC.
Zones, or if he wants to extend the play,
Oh shoot, I got him 55-17.
With your legs.
On 1st down from the 31. Christopher Brown Jr.
Oh, we got a big 1st down. To the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20.
30 and pulled down. A huge gain for Brown.
All right, Clemson or Cal.
Down at the 15.
I see
Well,
ya.
this is a gap scheme. They block down and they pull the true freshman guard, Medower, there, and he comes around. And when you get the block at the 2nd level and you get 230 pounds rolling, it's a good day for the Cal Golden Bears. Over 100 yards in the finale against UCLA. Really well blocked.
And you can follow his stat line. Run your finger along it right to the win-loss column. He runs for more than 100 per game in the wins, below 50 in the losses. It's 50 alone right there. Ayo Shogbano.
All right, there's no game, but there's a flag on the play.
This is Matt Leffler.
More than 4 in the backfield on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
2nd of the day on the least penalized team in the conference.
Yeah, and Justin knows that is just one of those unforced errors. You will see them in bowl games when you've been off for a month.
I don't believe Minnesota gives Auburn much of a game based on their last conference game. Says
Creative
RC.
formation there, but he's writing a little note. You've got to get yourself on the line and get lined up.
So 1st and 15. Remigio with a fly motion. They come straight ahead with Deshaun Collins. Not much.
All right, no gain on that play.
The tackle. Final game for Bo Baldwin, offensive coordinator for the Golden Bears. He's headed to Cal Poly to become the head coach.
Taking over a triple option program. Going to take him some time to really flip the personnel there. But one thing he does use is a lot of formation and a lot of personnel. And you will watch on so many of these snaps, watch that motion. He uses that to really probe that defense, to try to give his quarterback
2nd and 14.
He's a fun guy to study on tape because they do an awful lot offensively.
2nd and long. Play action for Garber. Steps up and floats into the end zone, incomplete.
All right,
Pass
3rd and
intended
14.
for Kekoa Crawford, and there is a flag down.
Oh, there's a flag.
That may be a hold as Kekoa was coming out of his break on the corner route. Like a hold on the back
Just
end
like
of that
the
secondary.
Super Bowl for Minnesota, they will come motivated.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. That's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
So they get Jartavius Martin, the safety, as they look for Crawford here in the corner.
And you're going to see it right here, the little corner route, and you're beating
Oh,
them.
yeah.
That's obvious.
Right there.
It's pass interference because the ball was in the air. If Garbers had still been holding it, that's a holding call. And I think the key there is you just can't get flat-footed.
Gave
You
him
gotta
a
anticipate, can't
first
reach
and
and
goal.
grab. That's an obvious penalty.
Kekoa Crawford,
Big time penalty.
Cautiously optimistic, could have a big day today. He's missed 7 of the last 8 games because of injury, but how many times do you see a guy struggle with injuries and then look like a new guy when the ball rolls around after about a month of rest? On 1st and goal, they fake it.
All right, play action, and wide open Cal with the touchdown.
and just his second career catch.
Yeah, remember I talked about being totally sound and never blowing assignments, covering everybody and no gimmies? Well, you can throw that out. Right, the guy that has not caught a touchdown in his career is gray-shirted. He's worked the hard road to really get on this field and contribute.
Moore with that touchdown.
And nice for Chase to have a wide-open receiver and for Moore to finish.
And the kick is up. The kick is good. It is 7-3, folks. Do you got to mute the game audio for copywritten music and for commercials? But it is 7-3 with 7:09 remaining in the first, folks. They had a chance to go to the playoffs and were destroyed. I hope you are correct, though. The only team I despise more than Alabama is Auburn. Go LSU. Appreciate the 17 in the building. You guys are truly amazing. Appreciate you guys for being patient while we wait for the game audio to come back. After this game, I'll be doing Florida versus Virginia. Followed by tomorrow, I'll have Florida State University versus Arizona State University. And then I'll do Utah versus Texas. On New Year's Day, I will have a triple header. The middle game will be Oregon and Wisconsin, and Georgia and Baylor. Thursday, I do got to return back to work, so I will be doing the Pistons at the Clippers at 10:30. That is Eastern Standard Time. Friday, I will be off. And Saturday, I'll be doing 2 NFL playoff games. And Sunday, I'll be doing the other 2 playoff games, followed by the Pistons at the Lakers. That will conclude my week this week. I will be doing the national title game. And then I'll be doing NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl. Then I'll be incorporating more college basketball and NBA basketball after the Super Bowl, followed by March Madness. I will be your home for March Madness.
Up, Cal leads for the first time today.
All right, we are back.
There's Colin Moore with the touchdown. Just his second career catch.
Don't count out those big cornbread eating gophers. They will show up to play. What's going on, Damien? Says Illinois needs to get this championship since it's the only team that looks like they care about winning.
Back to return the kick. It's a good one from Gabe Shemyen-Yetz.
And you know what the ironic thing is? Former Bears head coach Lovie Smith is coaching the Fighting Illini.
For those without Brandon Peters, similar story to Cal without Chase Garbers. They struggled when they didn't have their quarterback, but then, my goodness, they beat Wisconsin in the biggest upset win this season in college football, and then they have the biggest comeback win in program history against Michigan State, before laying a dud to finish. 29-10 against Northwestern
really
in the finale.
Depth tested so much at the end of that year. They were so beat up at the end, and it really stung to not have Brandon in the finale against Northwestern. But the signature win, it took 4 years, but they finally got it against Wisconsin.
Here's Peters off of the read. Already one big running play, gets 6 here. You put it all together, it's the first bowl game since 2014. They've got a chance to get their first winning season since 2011.
And you return an awful lot of people next season. 16 of these starters will be back. A senior quarterback.
2nd and 4.
Senior transfers really built for next year.
Peters dumps it off. That
And
is
they got a
one-handed
first down.
catch by Dre Brown, and he's got a first down stopped by Cameron Bynum. Or the ninth
I like
catch of the
Lovie
year
Smith.
for
He
Brown.
is a good
He was
coach.
one that won't be back. The
Actually,
redshirt
real talk,
senior,
I
well
hope he
done.
does
They like
become the
Corbin
new
really
defensive
in a lot of their
coordinator
run
for the
game. Corbin's
Detroit
capable
Lions.
pass catcher as well, but Dre Brown is very, very instinctive out of the backfield. Nice job to reel in
He needs
that
to be
throw.
back in the NFL.
On the 36, it's Brown on the ground into the arms of Cameron Good.
Gain of
Talked
about
them being
2.
diminished offensively today. Their top 3 receivers through Jordan Holmes, and therefore their top 5 or 6 receivers out today.
And you watch Matter Bebe, and you know, for Peters, just to have that guy to lean on. 9 touchdown receptions himself, so half of their 18 touchdown passes he found a way to corral, and many of them just bodying people up and being a difference maker in the air.
Back to the ground on second down. It's Brown again, and it'll be 3rd and short. What's it like as a quarterback knowing that your options are so limited?
That's a little.
Well, you got to be careful because you can't play in a box. You got to trust.
I don't think
whoever
Lovie
is out
Smith would
there.
do that.
And the good news is you've had a month to plan for this. You've largely known you were not going to have those guys, so plenty of work between Navarro and Williams and the freshman Washington. But the one thing you've got to do, to me, Joe, at that position is instill confidence. Say, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the other 3 are out. It's your time to perform.
Well, in this case, he splits out a tight end and Daniel Barker on 3rd and 2. Rolling to the wide side, turns the shoulders and cuts.
Oh,
it
got a
for the
big
true
first
freshman
down.
Washington. First down for a guy who's really started to come on late this year.
And that is a throw that instills confidence in the people around you. A sprint out. There's out routes in front, and what you're trying to do is buy the eyes of that corner, and that's exactly what they've done. They saw Newsium earlier be aggressive, felt like he would sit on that out route in front, and he could throw that seam shot right behind him for the big first down conversion.
Round Rock, Texas native. They bring in Isaiah Williams at quarterback here. We noticed playing the slot earlier. Hands it off to Rayvon Bonner. Who slips forward for 4. Just any way to generate offense that they can.
Yeah, and that's an advantage, I think, that Rod Smith, the offensive coordinator at Illinois, has as well. That's what he likes to do. He comes from the Rich Rod school of offense, of be aggressive, get everybody involved, play with some tempo. And Isaiah, a big-time recruit 2 years ago. The 2-time Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year, the true freshman. You're going to see him running around for a bunch of years with the Illini. He's a dynamic kid.
2nd and 6, 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. 7-3. California with the lead.
You got a miniature Lovie Smith beard going on.
2nd and 6, Corbin. Doesn't get much. 3rd down. Cameron Good, another tackle.
Here you see a little bit of that tempo, trying to simplify a Cal defense that, especially on 3rd down, likes to do a lot of different things. So get right to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 5.
Do not allow them to substitute and try to keep them
Money
in
down.
their base looks.
Illinois has been one of the worst 3rd down teams in the country this year on 3rd and 5.
Go to hand it off.
Corbin, who's
Got a big first down.
They run it on 3rd
Got it
and
up to the
5 and get
30-yard
7
line.
with a redshirt senior from Maryland.
And Tim DeRuiter, the D coordinator for Cal, talked about the edges of this defense. When you play this scheme, you got to set that edge right there. And unfortunately, Ben Hochstrider just loses contain. He's playing for Tevin Paul, who is out today. And when you're playing against Corbin, when you're playing this scheme, you've got to set the edge of that line of scrimmage.
A couple key pieces out for the Bears today. You mentioned Tevin Paul, Ashton Davis as well. As Bonner goes for a couple. And Ben Hochstrider makes the tackle. So you got those 2 guys who are starters and 2 of the top players on the defense. Trey Turner also out on defense. He would have been the starter in place of Davis had he been healthy. On the other side of the ball, Jordan Duncan.
And I can promise you that's what Justin's thinking about, that 3rd and 5 run. Those are the plays you got to get off the field. And that is where they have been so sound this season. One of the conference's best, so stout in their front 7 that you hesitate for a second against Corbin and these backs.
What is going on, Blaze?
Bringing pressure this time. Corbin goes right up the middle and gets stopped by Cameron Good, who's racking up the tackles early on for Cal.
All right, 3rd down.
All Pac-12
3rd and
outside
6.
linebacker, one of their best athletes, and getting more and more comfortable.
Appreciate you for coming out, Blaze.
Texas. 3rd and 6 for Illinois. Another chance for Cal. Stop this.
We got 2 minutes remaining in the
Empty
first
look
quarter.
here for the first time for Illinois.
Against a 3-man rush, Peters has all day.
Peters takes off, got the first down.
Inside the 20.
They are in the red zone,
folks. Some of the
folks.
symmetry between these two teams, right? And the two quarterbacks that are very similar. Good athletes, capable of doing this on third down. You cover everybody up. There's nowhere to go. You saw Garbers on the other side on the 3rd and 5 use his legs to maintain that possession, and a nice job there by Peters of being patient enough to let that zone expand and go get it.
Here comes Williams in motion. Peters steps up. He'll check it down to him, and Isaiah Williams makes a couple of men miss and steps out of bounds, and you can just see it. Can't you? Some guys are different when they get the ball in their hands.
Yeah, and I went down on the field. I just wanted to see him pregame, and he's a capable passer, but he was a 4-star recruit and one of the best in the country because of his dual threat nature.
It is 2nd and
They're
8.
just slippery. They just find a way to just feel that defender coming and make him miss.
5'10", 180, and hard to get down. Closing minute here of the first quarter on 2nd and 8.
They rush up the middle. First down, ball at the 5-yard line.
Boy, who are these guys?
What a great job by the right tackle, Alex Palczewski. Watch the right tackle right here. Gets a combo block, and then you get to the second level right there. And he actually knocks out Weaver by going through Coin Dang. So often those linemen just get stuck on that initial block. The junior, the 3-year starter, Palczewski, an awesome job of getting to the second level and taking care of 2 really good linebackers.
Brock, they ran for 14 yards against Northwestern. They've almost got 100 already in this first quarter.
They rushed up the
Brown
middle,
settles for one
got
here.
maybe about a yard.
Well, the quarterback makes a big difference. Big
2nd and
difference
goal.
in that. A, with his ability to run, and then just the confidence that he instills in everybody else. And I think a little bit more creativity as well. You get a whole month to prepare for this scheme.
Damian out. Take Mike McCarthy if Matt Patricia
There's an
doesn't
injured
work.
player for Cal.
Uh-oh, Cal player down. Mark says bucket list, Soldier Field, and the big house in Ann Arbor are 2 places one must go in life for it to be complete. Absolutely. Mark, my goals in life is Soldier Field, Lambeau Field. Well, it would have been the Minnesota Vikings old stadium. I do want to go to a Minnesota game in Minnesota, and then and try to visit some of the older stadiums, and because I'm a history guy, I love the history of stadiums and sports, and try to relive different feels and things like that. So absolutely. And I do want to go to the big house. I have not ever been to a Michigan game, and that is my team. But I see some of these ticket prices, and I'm like, I am not going to be in the nosebleeds for $400 or $500 per ticket. Says good luck getting into a Packers game. But yeah, I do want to go and visit some of these older stadiums and things like that. Especially Soldier Field and Lambeau Field. But after this game, I will be doing Florida at Virginia. I believe Buffalo and Green Bay are always sold out.
That depth chart early on in this
All
one.
right, we are back.
2nd and goal
So
for
Ben
Illinois,
Hawk
and the
Schreider
15th
is
play of
with the
drive coming
trainers.
speaking of Redbox, it was awfully fun to
This
spend
current
some
drive
time
has been
yesterday with
14
their
plays for
CEO,
70
Galen
yards.
Smith. Just loves college football, loves
There's
being a part of
23
this. So
seconds
fun
left,
when
second and goal.
Sponsors are just so active, not only in their commitment to sponsoring it, but then wanting to be here and loving this game of football.
A run-heavy drive for the Illini. They'll pass here.
That is a touchdown, Illinois.
Against Michigan State has a touchdown here in the Redbox Bowl.
And Illinois takes the lead 9-7 with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
You're going to see Barker, he's got to sneak through all of this personnel. Right? He cannot get caught up in any of the traffic. You'd love to see that edge defender get a good hand on him. To
appreciate that, AT.
He cannot do it. And instead, Barker finds the end zone. A couple tight ends on both sides of the ball, making their way into the painted in the end zone. And you wondered, okay, how are you going to make up for all of those receivers, right? How are you going to do it? Well, you're going to run the ball. You're going to have confidence in others. And then get your big tight ends involved as well.
Got a delay here.
All right, delay a game.
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still the try down.
Seen some cool scheme on both sides. Right, Lovie Smith may be a little simplistic on defense, but he's shown a few new wrinkles. And Ron Smith offensively, both with his weaponry and his personnel, and then a real mix of movement and run game. Got Cal on their heels.
It was Barker that finished off that epic comeback against Michigan State earlier this season with a touchdown in the final.
And the kick is
seconds.
up. The kick is good. I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and for commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate everyone who's patient. Tonight, I'll be doing Florida and Virginia, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and give this stream a thumbs up because YouTube does not do its job. It's you, the people, that help through thumbs up and interaction. That's what helps get streams active. Tomorrow's I'll be doing Florida State, Arizona State, followed by Utah and Texas. On New Year's Day, I have a triple header. I am not 100% sure which one I'll be doing for 1 o'clock, but I will do Oregon and Wisconsin, followed by Georgia and Baylor. That will conclude my bowl games up until the national title game.
Finale as well.
We are back.
Certainly excited to flush and have another opportunity and another game to finish the season off much, much better.
Collins. Good special teams coverage from Illinois. Stopped at the 16 by Sean Coughlin.
I don't think there's any question in these 15 minutes you felt both teams desire to be right here.
All right, within these 6 seconds that's remaining in the first,
but you can see
Cal needs to get a first down,
right? It's been so long
to be in better field position going into the second quarter.
Cal, they've not won one since 2015.
And I think it's just energy. You just feel it. You feel the players making people miss. You feel the energy on special teams and guys covering kicks.
Chase Garber is 4 for 5 for 32 yards and a touchdown.
For these two teams. Cal begins this drive with a Brown run. It's
going to be a gain of 1. And that is your first quarter, folks. It is 10-7. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I definitely think that this year they finally are starting to get it right with bowl matchups. Now, if they could just expand the playoffs to at least 6 teams, but that could be a whole nother topic for a different day. I could talk about that for a whole hour. Brandon Brandon Bennett, former running back for Illinois, served in the Marine Corps with me. That is what's up. And appreciate your service, Mark. Shout out to you. You are definitely the real hero. I do salute all military men and women. I do have family that served in the Marines. Best friends that served in the Army. Oh, yeah, absolutely, James. Absolutely. Can't forget about the EMS fire unit and also police officers that help protect the streets here in-house. Old school, though, served 80 to 84. That's what's up, Mark. Mark says, love my firefighters. Absolutely. All right, we are getting set to bring back the game audio. Derek Brown wouldn't be a bad pickup, James.
I thought we would see one on pace for 40-28 after the first quarter.
They're going to 9 for Cal and a play action pass.
Oh, big time, big first down. Ball at the 30.
First down to the 30 as we go down to Bruce.
Guys, the Illinois defensive coach is a little frustrated with their guys in the last series. It just basically challenged them. Said, look, you guys are doing all these curls. If you don't play harder, we're going to put somebody else in who will.
It's all about energy, man. If you're going to play this style of defense and really consistently 4 guys on that D-line, you're asking them to beat the 5 in front of them. So you can play the zone that you like to play behind it. And if you don't play with tremendous energy, you won't get that done.
It's a fly motion you talked about Bo Baldwin liking to use. And they hand it off to Brown, who broke a couple of tackles.
All right.
Along the sideline before Sidney
Brown Jr. Let's go.
A chance to be a real monster his final 2 years. Got some footing last year as a true freshman. Over 800 yards now as a true sophomore. And you just see that. He does not go down with first contact. One of the best in the country at yards after contact, whether it's the stiff arm or those big powerful legs. At 230 pounds, future is bright.
He's played through a shoulder injury much of the year, but really benefited from the extra rest time leading up to this bowl game. They're hoping for a big day from him. And so far,
all right, we got a big first down, ball near midfield.
He's already over 80 yards.
Well,
James, I am.
Was hearing about a D-line that needed more energy. This is not a good indicator here. These last 2 snaps. Credit Cal's group up front. I mean, they are getting onto those Illini defenders. It was Curran, the right tackle that time, that set the pace. And with that group right there, Steve Graywood's offensive line, you want to see it right off the jump. If they get into that line and give these backs a chance, they're productive.
Garber's looking wide side. He's got Polk again.
All right, another first down by Polk.
Good looking target there, huh?
And then, yes, and then with a little bit of play action. Yeah, 6'3", 180-pound true freshman wide receiver.
Yeah, he's going to have to gain some weight if he's going to be at an NFL level.
Interceptions on the other side of the ball as a high
so
school
far,
senior.
he's been looking pretty good.
Knows how to play the ball.
Native of Richmond, California, enrolled in the spring. Had a great spring. Had a great fall camp, but it took him a while to get going in the regular season. Garbers looks to throw again. He launches. He's got Polk.
Oh, my goodness.
Unable to hang on.
No
Right
catch.
through the hands of Polk. Sidney Brown came over at the last
That must be
moment.
that 180 pounds.
Hang on.
But he's
Or did he?
no, they got to challenge that, but I don't think he got the touchdown.
Totally agree.
Ball be
This
at
is
like
a
the
catch.
1 yard
2
line.
feet. He's extending the ball. I think and obviously replay looks at every single play. I think you're going to have to buzz down and take extra time. Left foot is clearly in. Makes football move. He is extending the ball. He's out of bounds. I don't think he gets near the pylon. So this is not one, I think, that goes the other way for a touchback. I think he's hit before the pylon. And they will take some time.
The previous play was ruled as an incomplete pass. The previous play is under further review.
All right, so they're going to take a look at it, and Dean Blandino, you are too.
Really interesting play because you're going to see control, the body part down, and then he's going to reach the ball for the goal line, which is a football move. But that right foot appears to step out of bounds. And so the question is going to be, did he complete the catch before that right foot is out of bounds? And that's what they're going to have to look at here.
1.
So he completes the catch there, right? The left foot.
Oh, that might be.
So it's control, body part, and then time to do something with it. He's starting to reach there. The right foot steps out of bounds.
It looked like his foot came out of bounds.
In bounds to make it a catch.
Might have been a good
enough to
call.
make it a score because, again, that right foot is out before the ball is going to make it to the pylon.
I'd agree with that.
So the football move, essentially, your chance to make a football move, it ends when he steps on the sideline, Dean?
Yeah, you've got to do all of that inbounds,
Okay.
and that's the key. So here, again, I think he's starting to reach before he steps out, and he's going to complete that process there, and then he steps out before the ball actually breaks the plane of the goal line.
And Cal felt like they were going to be able to take some shots down the field. And that was Sidney Brown at safety there. And he's got
I see you, Mark.
He doesn't try and quite get over to it.
After review, it was a catch. The player stepped out of bounds at the 1 yard line. It's 1st and goal for California at the 1 yard line.
All right, Cal. Ball is at the 1 yard line.
Third catch of this drive.
And here's what I'm talking about. Here's Sidney Brown at safety. He has got deep half here to take away the vertical. But unfortunately, as this play evolves, you can see he doesn't get all the way there. And Chase sees that. Once you see this much room and that safety not outside the numbers,
Totally a touch in
you're gonna take the
dreams.
shot.
LOL.
And you're going to believe in your true freshman to go get it done and finish.
Yeah,
on the other
Damien,
end.
that ball would have been.
Just a lapse
Oh,
of some
that's not no
fundamental
touchdown.
Concentration right there to get over the top of that vertical.
So 1st and goal, and Christopher Brown straight down.
Oh.
He got tripped up, and he's short.
That was Mr. Harding right in the middle, the guy that we talk about in the open. All right, he does not sit and wait and hesitate. And because of it, he can get into that backfield, and that's the only shot he's got. He's given up some size, and he's given up some strength to Christopher Brown, so you better go hit him early. And that's exactly what the All-Big Ten performer and the second leading tackler in America got done.
So it's 2nd and goal. They'll sneak it this time, and Garbers
And
is
that's in. There's a touchdown, Cal.
Box ball as Cal retakes the lead.
Gerbers with the touchdown.
Offensive explosion. Santa Clara. I got to be honest, man. I don't know why more people don't do that. I think you're going to see it. All these staffs study everything in the offseason. I think the number of times you see QB sneaks effective. Bo Baldwin giving some love to the true freshman. But now with that rule of being able to push the quarterback in as a little short motion, all you got to do is get started, and you're going to get the aid of your buddies around you. That play works more often than not.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
It was an 80.
All right, I do got to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the audio. Appreciate you guys for being patient. And it is 14-10. Cal with a touchdown. And there is 12-12 remaining in the first half. We got ourselves a good game, folks. After this game, we will be doing the Florida-Virginia. Tomorrow, we will be doing Florida State and Arizona State. Utah and Texas. Then on New Year's Day, we will be doing Oregon and Wisconsin, Georgia and Baylor. And I will be doing a 1 o'clock game as well. Thursday, when I do return back to work, I will be coming out Thursday with the Pistons at the Clippers. Friday, I will be off. Saturday, we got 2 NFL playoff games during Wild Card Weekend. And Sunday, we got 2 NFL playoff games, followed by the Pistons at the Lakers. So we definitely got an action-packed weekend, folks. I will be doing after Wednesday. I will not be doing another bowl game until the national title game. I will be doing the entire NFL playoffs, including the Super Bowl. Possibility I do the NFL Pro Bowl. And then we will be doing, after the Super Bowl, we will be doing more basketball, college and pros. I will be your home for March Madness. And then we'll be gearing up for the ending of the NBA season and into playoffs. I will be doing a draft show for the NBA finals or playoffs. The NBA draft.
Face mask on.
All right, we are back with game audio, folks.
In short yardage, Chase Garbers feels it. He can feel that defense still trying to communicate.
I'm Mike James.
Sneaks his way in for a touchdown.
If everybody wants me to do Michigan and Alabama, I'll do that game, even though I know it's going to be a blowout.
14-10 Cal looking for their first bowl win since 2015. Here's a short kick taken by Dre Brown.
Damien, that is going to be Miss Amy Amor. She is our baseball. Whoop. She does all the baseball stuff. Baseball is way too long. And, yeah. But Amy Amor does football, basketball, and baseball. Her link is in my description below.
Best believe that.
All right.
Don't get me too hyped.
No.
So it is 12:06 remaining in the first half. 14-10. California with the lead.
Delay a game on the offense, number 18.
All right. Illinois with the delay of game.
Kind of the penalty that's in vogue the last couple of days, huh? Delays.
Yeah, and you see that look from Lovey, like, really? You're coming out of a kickoff? You should have the first play, and I know you do some check with me, but I guarantee you that's some of the calm reassurance.
1st and 15 for
right
Illinois.
that can't happen again.
Peters.
One of those RPO.
Oh, got the first down. There's a flag on the play. What are you going backwards for?
Navarro goes to the 45.
You went backwards after got the first down, and you only gained a couple more yards after you went backwards.
Both receiver Navarro, and that's a Newsium again, the redshirt freshman.
So technically, you lost 2 yards on that. Smart guy.
Pass interference on the defense, number 7. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
And the line, I love this. They love that little RPO game. You can see it. They're both hand fighting there. I'm going to use what Dean Blandino said and said, I got that as a non-call.
Yeah.
I got that as a catch last time. I got that as a non-call. Both of them just playing football.
Brett Johnson, the
No
true
gain on
freshman,
that play.
knows.
2nd and 10.
Making the tackle there, along with Ben Hawk-Schreider, who's back in the game after leaving with an injury. This is
Damien,
this is
that's
a
just like me
beautiful
watching
human
Lions
right here. Brett
football.
Johnson, a
I got
nose who defensive coordinator Tim
frequent
Gruder says
map
doesn't
miles.
say much. He just kind of grunts at you, just like you want your nose to be.
And that's why he got a caveman club for Christmas.
Amazing. And carried it everywhere with him. So 2nd and 10 from the 45. Off play
Yeah, that
action.
is
Peters
true,
has
Mark.
Time. He wants Washington.
Oh, my.
Pull it in.
Ooh.
Just off of the fingertips.
If he would have had that,
Couldn't
I think
pull
he
it
had
in.
enough
It's 3rd
speed
and
and
10.
Good play
distance
action keeps the safeties a bit flat-footed.
to have
In order
even
to
a
get the
bigger
throw
gain
behind
on
the
that.
Safety 32 here, Scott. The play action does it. You get the post right behind it and a near spectacular fingertip catch that Washington just can't quite corral.
Snapping a run of 5 straight completions for Peters.
What an effort.
Both quarterbacks, both offenses impressive so far. Blitz is picked up, and then the throw too tall for Washington. Defended by Newsium, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and you see on
All
that
right,
3rd
4th
down,
and
really
10, they're
2nd down
forced
as
to
well.
punt
Like,
it.
okay, we're not going to let Illinois get in a rhythm.
What's
And that's
going
a
on,
six-man
Joseph
pressure
Marshall?
right there. That's place some man-to-man. Get back to trusting the physicality out on the edges and bringing some extra people.
I actually
to
enjoyed the
remind
Star Wars
Illinois
movie,
that they've not
Damien.
been an offense that is
I have not seen
much
the
like what
last
we've
one, so
seen through
nobody
the first
please spoil that.
19 minutes of this game. A little bit more pressure from DeRuyter and staff on that possession.
Remigio to return the punt from the best in the
All
Big
right, they're
Ten.
ready to
Blake
punt it.
Hayes. His parents made the trip from Australia for this one. Goes out of bounds around the 15. That's where Cal will be back on offense. Leading this.
Alrighty. It is 14 to 10. I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials as soon as the game resumes. I do resume the game audio. Cal with the ball, 14 to 10. 10:55 in the 2nd quarter. Appreciate the 20 in the building. If we could get those thumbs up, be greatly appreciated. Tonight we'll be doing Florida and Virginia. Tomorrow is Florida State and Arizona State, followed by Utah and Texas. And I will be doing, since everyone wants me to do, Michigan versus Alabama. Let me write that in. Okay, I'll be doing Michigan, Alabama, Oregon and Wisconsin, Georgia and Baylor. Thursday will be Pistons at Clippers. Friday I will be off. Saturday and Sunday I'll be doing the NFL playoffs. And on Sunday night I will cap it off with the Pistons at the Lakers. So we are definitely going to have an action-packed week, folks. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, set it to all so you don't miss a game that we do. And if you guys can, please give the stream a thumbs up so we can get the stream out. Because YouTube do not, help out small creators. It is you, the people, that help small creators. Appreciate that, Piston. How are you doing? Did you have a good Christmas?
I bet somebody has access to your ears.
Wow, 3 people has
answers.
actually successfully
You're right, 3 in
escaped
1962.
Alcatraz.
Frank Morris, John and Clarence England did
I
it.
learned something new today.
Here's Christopher Brown Jr., who gets met in the
All
hole
right,
and driven down
loss
by
of
Kieran
yards.
Tolson, who's taken over the starting role for the injured Jake Hansen.
Yeah, you saw a little more spirited effort by Cal defensively on that last possession, and this is what the Illini want to do. They don't want to catch people. They're at their very best when they are attacking, especially at that second level. Be it Eifler, that time Tolson, Harding, those guys have got to be going forward.
Garbers has been feeling it. 2nd and 10. He's given time over the middle. He's got another completion.
All right, there's a
that's
first
8
down.
in a row, and that's Keikoa Crawford, the Michigan transfer, who they think has an opportunity, finally healthy, to have a nice day.
Oh, he's got a little bit more juice, right? He's got some of that burst. He's a 4-star kid coming out of high school when he went to Michigan, and that was pure man-to-man coverage that time, and you got one job on an in-cut as a receiver, and that is cross the face of the corner. That time Witherspoon, give your quarterback an opportunity to deliver, and Garbers does.
Guy that has caught passes from Illinois' quarterback Brandon Peters at Michigan. Catches one here from Garbers. Gets him a first down. Brown hit in the backfield and
Brown with the loss
Dele
again.
Harding, the nation's 2nd leading tackler, who wasn't even a starter until this season. This is a guy that was mostly a special teams player. Granted, he was the captain of the special teams unit, but didn't get his first true opportunity until this season, and boy, is he taking full advantage.
He's about 6 foot, 230 pounds. Welcome to the new age of linebackers that can just run and read and react. He and Weaver do it a little bit differently.
El
Weaver,
Chapo
the converted
escape
DN,
again.
he likes to
Wow.
analyze before he goes. Not Harding. He loves to sift through that traffic like that and finish tackles.
They get it 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, Marcel Dancy. His first carry takes it inside or across the 30. And it'll be 3rd down.
And one of the other stories today is Steve Greatwood, the O-line coach, a great. Recruited me a couple decades ago. He's been doing this for 4 decades. He's finishing his career. That's just an O-line guy through and through. And he's set to retire. Made that announcement this week. Truly one of the gems of college football. One of the best at developing offensive lines. And does a fine job and has done a fine job here for 3 years at Cal.
As Bears looking at a 3rd and 6 with a 14-10 lead here in the 2nd quarter. Garbers getting chased from behind. And Harding is there to push him out of bounds.
All right, no gain. 4th and 6. Maybe got a yard. 4th and 5.
Well, Chase may have got him on the QB sneak, but not this
Just Marsh
time.
says,
Not this
who's your wild
linebacker
card,
sideline to sideline. Watch
weekend
Dele. He
picks?
sizes it up the entire way.
Bills
That's
at
the advantage
Texans,
of being a
Titans
4-5,
at
4-6
Patriots,
guy, is being
Vikings
able
at
to
Saints,
finish those
Seahawks at
tackles
Eagles.
and keep Garbers away from the first down.
Give
This
me
is a little more like
Seahawks,
we
Saints,
anticipated. The teams trade punts. The
Patriots.
defense is making some plays, and here's Stephen Coots. Navarro
And
back to return it.
give me Texans.
Dies inside the 20. It's a punt of 50 yards.
All right. I do got to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials as soon as the game resumes. I do resume the game audio, folks. I appreciate you guys for being patient. And I will say that, Joseph, if the way that the Bills lose is on a ref call, I think it's going to be a very, very, very close game. Damien says, how do you escape Alcatraz when it's in the middle of the sea? I guess they escape and swim across. Luckily, they didn't have no blood, so no sharks ate them. I mean, I am rooting for the Titans. Don't get me wrong, folks. But I just don't bet against the Patriots. That's all. I would love for teams to beat the living daylights out of the Patriots, but I just don't bet against them. Oh, I know you're. I knew you were joking, Damien. Well, I don't think the bodies were ever found. There's a few docs about the escape. Ooh. Actually, I might not be off. If I can get off of work on time, we might do a college basketball game on Friday.
Can beat LSU right now.
In New Orleans?
Oh, my goodness.
Can you imagine that scene?
Oh, that was some show Joe Burrow put on. 7 touchdowns in the first half. Rayvon Bonner gets stopped by Cameron Good.
Yeah, my little brother is on staff at Texas A&M, and I was chatting with him. And he's not one for hyperbole, and he said they played LSU. LSU just, gashed them as well. He said never seen a quarterback elevate people around him like Burrow ever in his career. Just the amount of confidence and belief when he stepped on that field was unlike anything he's experienced.
Back to Bonner, 3rd and short for Illinois as Good gets another tackle.
And back to run to try to set up a real manageable 3rd down here.
Well, they've been in a hurry all day. Right back in the ball for this 3rd and 2 play. Right back to the ground. Dre Brown, a first down. Into the arms of Jalen Hawkins.
All right, we got a first down, Illinois.
Cool statement, right? Back and forth. The previous drive, Cal was able to heat it up, get him in a 3rd down, bring some pressure. This time, 3rd and 2, not so much. Get back to what you want to try to do, and that is dictate first with the run game, and then the RPO and the shots off of it.
Not wasting any time again.
They're running it.
Stopped this time by Coindane. Dre Brown, a 5th-year
Good
senior
game.
from DeKalb,
Second
Illinois,
down.
who missed his first 2.5 years. 2.5 years without playing. 2 torn ACLs.
Yeah, it's a highly
2 torn
security
MCLs,
prison.
a stress fracture, and 4 surgeries later, he made his Illinois debut after 2.5 years. Wow. He's got it again here, and he's stopped by Ben Hawk Schreider, 3rd down.
There's a nice play on the edge. The kid from Berkeley, California, dream come true for Ben Hochschreider to come back, earned a scholarship in August, and a dream to play a finale here of his college career with the Bears.
On 3rd and 3, Peters floating for Washington, out of his reach, but a flag.
Flag on the play.
Cameron Bynum to extend the drive.
Pass interference.
What do you think?
Well, they called it earlier, and if you called it earlier, I need consistency.
Pass interference on the defense, number 24. It's a 15-yard penalty. Results in a first
down.
And I think what you're going to see is just grabbing that right arm and never allowing the receiver right free to go get it. Now, I was watching Washington in warm-ups. It's a really cool drill they were working on as they were running to just slap the arms away to really get that idea that Cal's going to be handsy. They're going to be in your chest, and you've got to fight to get them off of you. Well, that time, Bynum, I think because of just the consistent grabbing of that arm, grabs the penalty flag.
Instead of 4th down, 1st down at the 42 in Cal territory. Reggie Corbin back in. He's stopped by Daniel Scott.
About
He's
2.
making his first career start today with Ashton Davis and Trey Turner both out. Pasadena native has played some big minutes down the stretch. Big interception against Stanford.
Hey, I like the Bills this year.
Snap, a little pressure look here.
I just think being at Houston is tough. They need to be at Bills.
It brings 6. Forcing
Oh.
Peters back.
Oh,
Able to
he
get
got
rid of
lucky. He
it.
threw that out of
Ahead of
bounds. 3rd and 8.
And center receivers Stampley, Dang,
Big
and
time
Scott applying
down
most of
right
the
here.
pressure.
And they
3rd
did
and
not
8,
check out of that pressure.
5:34.
They brought the safety look off the edge here.
14-10.
You're going to see Daniel Scott. He's going to come. You got enough protection, but Peters doesn't. Like
Illinois got to
bails out.
at
And this is
least
one of the
get a
advantages of
field
being
goal
6'5"
or a
and
touchdown.
220 pounds, even with people bearing down on you to get rid of the football.
3rd down and 8.
And a little more pressure and a little bit more man-to-man on the last couple defensive possessions.
Corbin swings out. Underneath, Washington has no chance. Daniel Scott read it well, and it's 4th down.
He sure did.
4th down,
That
5:31
is a
left.
redshirt sophomore that has been itching for this opportunity. I like this call versus pressure. And you're going to see Scott right here. All right, this is a one-on-one situation. If you can get that block and get that done, you have an opportunity. But Scott reads it perfectly, goes right to where that quick little screen pass was going to go. And Peters knows it. Risk return on that play. You got one shot. And that defense plays it well. You're punting.
Hawkins and Armijo both back. Hayes sends it away. One of the best in the country at pinning teams deep. And he's done it again. So many times this season, a Hayes punt has
Wow.
led to those turnovers. 3rd in the country in takeaways, and Hayes has had.
That is insane. What a punt. I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate all 24 of you for being patient. Let's smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And smash that notification bell. Set it to all. Because tonight we'll be doing Florida at Virginia. Tomorrow is Florida State and Arizona State. Followed by Utah and Texas. On Wednesday, I'll be doing Michigan at Alabama, Oregon and Wisconsin, Georgia and Baylor. Thursday will be Pistons and Clippers. Friday is a possible day off. If I can get out of work on time, I might do a college basketball game. And this weekend, we got NFL playoffs. And also the Pistons at the Lakers. Packers will not beat the Saints. The Saints are they'll destroy the Packers. Appreciate that. James Willis says, so there is no reason not to rock with Troxel. Appreciate that, brother. I could get down with that, Joseph Marshall, except for the Seahawks and Eagles. You know, you had guys out yesterday. It's not an excuse, but those guys are coming back. And depending on how bad yesterday's injuries to those that did play for the Seahawks, you know, they could be, you know, relatively healthy. All right, we are back with the game audio, folks.
Game between Cal and Illinois, 14-10, 5:20 left to go in this first half, and Chase Garbers and the Bears.
Joseph, the Detroit Lions beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. A 3-12-1.
Down the sideline, Crawford, but out of bounds.
Okay, 2nd and 10.
Freshman Devin Witherspoon.
And a nice job there by Witherspoon.
It doesn't matter, playoffs or not.
Defender. Your job as a corner is to get that receiver right to the boundary. It's the receiver's job to not get pushed. If you're Kakoa Crawford there, you want to stay what's called a red line. Right, you'll see that.
Hawk says, "Oh, yes. How much how much money did the refs get?"
And you just want to stay on that line and give your QB room. You get pushed to the boundary, you got no chance.
On 2nd and 10.
Yeah, but you still got to win your games in order to get to the playoffs. So I don't want to hear that playoffs are where heroes are made.
Witherspoon. Talk about on Cal's side, some guys taking advantage of opportunities. How about Witherspoon making his first career start in place of the injured Tony Adams?
Yeah, you're going to play in Lovey's system, and he told us point blank, as a corner, you're going to tackle. You don't tackle, you don't play for me. And whether that was with the Buccaneers or the Bears, no matter where Lovey's been in this scheme, that edge defender is oftentimes those corners, and they got to come bring it. And Witherspoon did.
Trying to take advantage of the punt from Hayes. Take control of the field position battle. 3rd down 10. Illinois bringing pressure. Garbers steps into it. On the corner route. Remigio.
Oh, nice.
Hayes got it. What a throw.
Nice catch.
25.
Nice catch, Cal.
And Lovey Smith is looking at it the entire way. This corner route's going to come right into Lovey's lap. I love the air that Chase puts on that ball and gives Nico an opportunity to go run under it. Does he gather control?
Yeah, that ball didn't really move much.
On the field was a completed pass. The previous play is under further review.
And you can see Remigio is still down. I think that knocked the wind right out of him as he used every bit of energy to go get it. The ball can hit the ground, but the ground cannot be used to gain control of that reception. So does that ball move? Does he lose control as he makes contact with the ground, or does he do a remarkable job of keeping this ball without movement and control all the way through? Dean Blandino? What do you see?
Yeah, I'm looking at that left.
What in the world? Hold on, guys.
Movement. I don't see enough to say that's a loss
After review,
of control.
the ruling on the field stands. 1st down, California.
So Dean nails
That
it.
was a
Dean
great catch.
through this bowl season like this much
That
longer.
was
You're
a
gonna
great
have
catch. I got to
job
give it
security.
to
My gosh.
Remigio.
I appreciate that. It's I listen to you guys first, and I just piggyback on what you say.
Do you mind if I steal your verbiage of, I got that as a stance. I got that as a catch. Good. I like that.
There'll be a charge in the mail. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right, so heck of a play. What a throw there by Chase Garbers. Huh?
I got that about as good a 3rd and 10+ conversion as you're going to see.
And a big one. Moving it out of the shadow of their own goalposts to the 28. He looks to throw again. Just before the pressure gets home, he finds Tonjes, who's
Got another 1st down.
10 catches total during the regular season and 2 long ones here in this first.
Garbers is on fire today.
There's one refrain that receivers, tight ends that you always hear. Just give me a chance. Coming back to the huddle, how many times quarterbacks here just give me a chance? And that's exactly what Garbers has done to Remigio, and that's a beautiful catch from Tonjes going up and getting it.
He is 10 for 12, 149 yards and a touchdown.
Garbers looking to throw again.
And he got another one.
Inside
A big time 1st down.
It's big time. Right, we talk about that red line. Stay on that red line. Don't run yourself out of bounds. An inside release on that vertical route helps, but it gives Chase Garbers all that room to the sidelines to go and get it
Polk
done.
he's a baller.
From the Bears in the passing game this quarter.
Chase Garbers now 11 of 13. Here's Brown with a seam to the 22.
This is the Chase Garbers you saw at Ole Miss. He played his best game. It was a remarkable game at Ole Miss. He really did not miss a throw as they went down there and won in the final seconds down in Oxford. And it was the following week that he had the injury to the shoulder. It was the following week just as he was
11 for 13, 175 and a touchdown for Chase Garber.
The staff like such a bummer because the game
Unbelievable.
was
That's an
down
amazing
because he was
1st half. We got
playing
2:50
so
left,
aggressively
14 to
and
10.
confidently.
2nd and
This is what he
4.
looked like in September.
357, 4 touchdowns in that win against Ole Miss. Short carry here for Deshaun Collins.
3rd down, ball got to get to the 18-yard line.
2.5 minutes left in this first half.
It's 3rd and 3. 2:25 left in the second quarter.
Garber's ready to much different story in this bowl game than his first one in the Cheez-It Bowl last year. Loss 10-7, where he was intercepted 3 times. And really good so far in this one. He'll look to add to this good day. Down the sideline.
And he got another first down ball at the 5-yard line.
Polk's 5th catch of this first half. And a little bit hobbled getting up after Brown brought him down.
The one thing Sidney Brown will do is he will come over and he will hit you, but this is 2 times now vertically down the field. The true freshman has got the better. That is cover 2. That corner is coming up and playing press coverage, counting on that safety to get behind it and take that vertical away. But receiver and quarterback are doing the damage.
5 for 105. Both those already career highs for Polk. And it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Hey, RC, I can't wait for January 13th either.
Garber's looking end zone. Gets rid of it just in time to the corner.
Oh! Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Receiver, there is a flag.
I love the aggressive mindset of Cal today.
Pass interference on the defense, number 30. The ball will be
Pass
at the
interference
2-yard
on
line.
Illinois.
First down.
Well, heck, what's Bo Baldwin got to lose?
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Sidney Brown that's coming over here. They're going to call this contact right there before, and I think that's the right call. We've seen it on the other side. Been consistent with that pass interference. If you impede the receiver's opportunity through early contact, you're going to draw the penalty both sides.
Sidney
today.
Brown with the guilty party. Minute and a half. 1st and goal.
Go 1st and goal again. Here comes Brown. Met in the backfield and then swarmed. It was Dele Harding there
About
first.
No surprise.
1-yard loss.
None at all.
Yeah, there's a reason we got the number 1 and number 2 tacklers in America in this game, because Evan Weaver and Dele
West
Harding
Branch
believe
Ball,
in
I am
themselves.
doing the national
They
title
trust their
game.
eyes, the seniors that have played a bunch of ball, and then they don't hesitate.
Both those guys with 4 today. Those are modest totals for those two.
There'll be more to come.
They average close to 15 per game.
Watch that play action pass. So effective down here.
They motion Brown out. Garber's straight drop. Too tall for Crawford, and it's 3rd down.
All right, 3rd and goal. 44 seconds remaining in the first half. 14-10.
Some
California
play
in
action
striking
earlier, the touchdown to the tight end.
distance.
A little surprised they didn't go back to it there for Bo Baldwin. But you're right, he's got nothing to lose. This is his finale. You got
4 for 6 on 3rd down conversions for Cal.
Coordinator of Chase Garber's in this offense, and he's letting it rip this afternoon.
What is going on, Erica? How's it going?
The best in the country in the red zone. 3rd and goal, and a drive that started back at the Cal 3. They're going to use a timeout here, their first one.
All right, we got a timeout. California. That's why I told everyone, you know, when there was 5-6 minutes left in the quarter, Illinois needed to score, whether it was 3 or 7. But if they can hold Cal to at least a field goal, then they're only 1 score away. We're going to have a very interesting second half. But to the 20 of you in the chat, stay tuned for tonight. We got Florida and Virginia. Tomorrow's Florida State, Arizona State, followed by Utah and Texas. All right, we are back with game audio. 44 seconds left.
And you got press man-to-man,
3rd and goal.
across the board.
Remigio comes in motion. Garbers keeps it, foot in the ground and down. It's
Fourth down.
Goal as Isaiah Gay makes the stop.
And that's really well played by defensive end, by linebackers, man-to-man outside. So all eyes are on the quarterback, that run game in that front seven. And they're disciplined, and they finish. And I think if you're Cal, you've got to take these points.
Lovie Smith uses timeout, 29 seconds.
All
There's
right.
no indication of the field goal team coming out yet, but I'm with you. I mean, this is not exactly close. It's 4th and goal from the 3.
And you're a team this
Wednesday,
season
I'll
that's,
be doing
you know,
Michigan,
averaged
Alabama, Oregon,
just
and
over 20 points a
Wisconsin,
game.
Georgia, and Baylor.
And it feels a lot different going into a locker room. I
Then
know
the
there's
next
still
bowl
27
game I'll be
seconds
doing is the
left, but up a
national
touchdown,
title game.
then given that
Clemson
group on the other side,
and
if they make a
LSU.
stop here down just 4, and the Illini will get the ball to begin the second half.
Doesn't it look like they're going to
No,
go?
it doesn't.
Yeah, offense coming out.
And I think Justin's saying,
All right, they're going for it.
It's going to be your final time calling plays for me here before you're down at Cal Poly, and let's be aggressive.
A lot of times
Cal is going for it, 4th and goal.
Maybe you use it here.
29 seconds remaining, folks.
3-yard line. Brown swings out. 1 minute.
Brown gets the touchdown.
On 4th and goal, a Chris Brown touchdown.
Got them shook.
That's a really well-designed and well-conceived play. The short motion for Justin Wilcox and Bo Baldwin does enough
Gutsy
to create
call.
a natural pick play.
And it paid
With
off.
man-to-man coverage, and they showed at the previous snap of what you were
Shout
going
out to
get.
Cal.
It's
25
always
seconds
to the
remaining in the
receivers, but it's
second
using
quarter.
those receivers as
They're
shields
looking at a
to get your big back out on
21
the
to
edge
10
with
lead.
leverage to finish.
They had to beat a very good runner in Kalen Tolson.
All right, here's the kick.
Able to just get around him and get it inside the
It's
pylon.
up,
An extra point from
and it's
Thomas is
good.
good. Longest touchdown drive of the season for Cal. 97 yards, finishes off with this.
You know, Joe, we talked about this short little motion, right, and how it helps probe a defense. You know what else it helps? It helps hide this pick play. Okay, if Mekhi Polk's out here, you're not running the pick play. You know what? And if he lined up here, these guys are probably communicating and saying, hey, watch that rub, watch that pick. Instead, it's a short motion, and because of that, well, that defense doesn't have time to react and get out front. You lose leverage, you lose contain, touchdown. It's the advantages. You saw it last night. The guy that coaches in this building, Kyle Shanahan, is one of the best at doing just this. Just little motions, little shifts. It's not just window dressing for fun. It is really trying to hold that defense, not allow them to play downhill, and instead use a pick play to your success.
And disguise it to where you don't have it to where the defense can read that.
Garber's 13 of 16, 194 and 2 touchdowns. And again, a year ago in the bowl game loss to TCU, not good. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
12 plays, 97 yards, 4:55 it took to score that touchdown.
People around him as well.
Longest drive
Fair catch taken on
this
kick,
season.
and Illinois will have it at the 31.
I mean, he's just been on it, and you know.
All right, there's some copyrighted music. I do have to mute it for that copyrighted music.
Garbers and this crew has done so very well in the first half.
Illinois going to go for it. It looks like, see what they can do here, and they complete it to Daniel Barker. First down to open the drive. It was a very good start to this game for Brandon Peters, but that completion
Chase
there
Garber,
stopped a string of
13
4
to 16,
consecutive
194 yards, 2 touchdowns, no
James McCord,
interceptions.
One of the biggest legs in college football. Back for Barker. He's got it. What a first half.
Oh, that is a huge first down. If they can score within the next 10
These
seconds,
quarterbacks today are putting on a show. I mean, there is no window.
we
there
might
to get
have
the
a
ball
good second half, folks.
into, but that's the advantage of having a tight end, and that's Daniel Scott, that's in the game. It's safe. You can't cover better. He is right in the lap. But Joe,
there's 9 seconds correction. Sorry about that. Second quarter, 9 seconds.
Coverage.
21 to 10.
2 timeouts, 9 seconds. You can even
First
think
and
about
10.
the end zone here.
You just got to be smart and do not overextend the play.
Ball is at
I
the
think this is a
20-yard
good
line.
timeout for everybody on the field to remind them of just that.
All right, Illinois takes a
Still
timeout.
one left for Lovie Smith.
Yes, I'll be doing the Vikings and the Saints. I'll be doing all 4 NFL playoff games in wild card weekend. Damien, you don't want to run it. It's 9 seconds remaining, and you got 20 yards to go.
Point precision.
All right, we are back.
Of age, he is still nails.
Those 49ers will not play in the opening weekend. What a huge
You got to try to
season-changing win.
at this
for them
time. You got to
last
try to
night,
take a couple
changing
shots
their
at the end
potential
zone.
path to a Super Bowl.
Do not take a sack. Do not overextend this play. If you're short of the sticks, you got to have awareness and make sure you get down and call a timeout.
From the 20 with 9 seconds, Peters quickly for Navarro, who spins out of bounds.
All right.
With 4 seconds, and you got to do it now, don't
Yes.
you? You got to kick now.
Yep.
And here comes James McCourt.
All right, they're going to try to take it 21 to 10 or 21 to 13. If Illinois can make this field goal,
Cal try to drive that ball deep. Instead, the pooch kick, favorable field position, a dime from Brandon Peters. And McCourt will have a chance to make this a 1-score game.
30-yard attempt.
31-yard line, 25 seconds. And here they are with the 30-yard attempt for the junior from Parkland, Florida.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 21 to 13 at half. I do got to mute the game audio for halftime. I will be putting on my halftime scroll, and I will be taking a halftime break real quick. I will be in the chat, so if you guys want to chat it up, I will be in the chat chatting it up with you guys. But hang on tight. We'll be back for the second half, folks. All right, all right. I am back, folks. Right now, MSU gets Illinois, then Michigan. After that, they are good until February 4th when we go against, right now, 21 Penn State. I mean, it's going to be, I'll tell you what, I'm excited for March Madness. March Madness is going to be lit. And I'll be your home for March Madness, folks. We got today's game, Cal at Illinois, then Florida at Virginia. Tomorrow we got Florida State at ASU, Utah at Texas, Michigan at Alabama, Oregon and Wisconsin, Georgia and Baylor. Then the next bowl game I'll do is the national title game, Clemson and LSU. Thursday will be Pistons at the Clippers. If I can get out on time, I might do the college basketball game on Friday. If not, I will be off. Then we got NFL playoffs this weekend. I'll be doing all 4 games, plus the Pistons at the Lakers. So we do got a jam-packed weekend and also a fun week leading up to it. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I cover NBA, NFL, and NCAA college football and basketball. As soon as halftime is over, we will be returning with the game audio. Hope everyone is having a good time. We got another casualty on Black Monday. The Miami Dolphins fire their offensive coordinator, Chad O'Shea, after 1 season. The Cleveland Browns are interviewing Josh McDaniels. Colts extend Zach Pascal and tight end Mo Ali Cox, both to extensions. Jaron Brown, Seahawks, has a MCL sprain. And the Raiders extend Richie Incognito to a 2-year, $14 million extension. $6.35 million guaranteed. MSU games in January. 2nd versus Illinois. 5th versus Michigan. You already know me and you are going to be you can catch that game here as long as it's after the playoff games. 9th versus Minnesota. 12th at Purdue. 17th versus Wisconsin. 23rd at Indiana. 26th at Minnesota. And 29th versus Northwestern. I got that game at 1:30. West Branch ball. I'll tell you what though. They need to move that. They got to flex that game. Michigan State on the 5th. If not, have it delayed one day and do it on a Monday. Because them views will be dead when they're going up against the NFL playoffs. All right, as soon as we come back from commercials, the game audio will be resuming. Illinois will be getting the ball to start the 3rd. Okay, February 8th is a rematch, Michigan State. This time in Ann Arbor. I don't, Damian. I think Chase Young's value is still the same. Depending on what quarterbacks are available via the draft, I don't think he gets past the second overall pick. And if he does, there's obviously better quarterbacks that, teams will try to take. But you can bet your bottom dollar that Joe Burrows is going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Depending on what quarterback also comes out, I wouldn't put quarterback past the Washington Redskins as well. If no other good quarterbacks come out, then I think Chase Young will be going to Washington. That could give Detroit possibly AJ Espinoza. Or even, I could actually see them going defensive tackle as well. And Derek Brown is a name that has been popping up. But I will say this. In the first half of this game, we have got to see better defense from Illinois if they have any chance to come back and win this game. Because I will say that you can't allow Garber to be 11 for 13 and have 179 yards with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. You have to get pressure on that quarterback. Force him to make mistakes. If Illinois can do that, they got a shot against Cal. All right, we are going to be getting ready to kick back on the game audio. All right, there goes the halftime scroll. If we get this stream shared out on all the social media platforms, that would definitely help. Tell them that your boy Troxel Sports Talk is on for this game. On the way in, hopefully if you guys can click that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification bell, that'd be greatly appreciated. Peters is 9 for 16 for 122 yards and 1 touchdown. Garber has 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown.
Full field goal.
All right, we are back, folks. Cal set to kick. The kick is up.
Get the old 2 for 1 here. Getting a field goal before the break and having the ball open the second half. Here comes Dre Brown. Good special teams coverage for Cal all day so far. And take a look at some of the highlights of those quarterbacks producing.
Oh, we got some copyrighted music, folks. Sorry about that. We got to mute the game audio. As soon as the game resumes, we do resume the audio. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Damian. The Chicago Bears definitely need a quarterback. I will say that Cal quarterback is a person you guys definitely got to keep an eye out on.
By Zionde Johnson. Down to Bruce Feldman.
Joe, both these defensive-minded head coaches, happy with their offenses, very frustrated with their defenses. Justin Wilcox said, hey, we got to tackle better. It's not complicated. It's leverage. We got to get off the field on third down.
This is my first time watching Cal, and I'm actually enjoying watching Cal.
We're going to play them man. Let's see who's better at playing man in the second half.
All right. Second down, 11. Back to Corbin.
Corbin with a gain about 3.
Quickly third down on Illinois' opening drive of the second half. Cameron Bynum the tackle.
Well, there's back-to-back tackles with not just one Golden
about
Bear,
third
but
and
multiple
8.
Golden Bears, and that's what great tackling teams do. I think so. That's probably
Sorry,
the
third and
frustration of
7.
the head coach that he reiterated to Bruce to just tackle a bit better. 2 good run stops.
Big time money down.
There's actually Chigozie Anuzium with a tackle. Elijah Hicks was there as well. Third down, 7 for Illinois.
Oh, it's man in the first half. This is a zone look here on 3rd and 7 from Cal.
They bring 4. And get home.
Oh, got a sack. The strip sack.
Ball is still free. Who's got it?
Looks like it's Cal Ball.
No turnovers in that first half.
I think Palczewski is in a wrestling match for that football and ultimately saves the day. The right tackle jumping back in.
It was Zionde Johnson that knocked it away from Peters. It looked like Good came out with it, but they are going to give Illinois possession.
Yeah, that zone coverage, just a 4-man rush, and it's right off the jump. Right, movement on that Illini offensive line.
I think they're trying to make this game more interesting because that was
the jump. Johnson gets his hands into
that looked like it was Cal recovery. I ain't gonna lie.
Cannot catch up, and then the mad scramble for the football, and ultimately Good. Palczewski getting the wrestling match.
Like a wet bar of soap.
I mean, they still getting the ball back, but
first 3 and out of the game, and now Nico Remigio on the return to the 45. Sean Coughlin, another special teams tackle.
One of the adjustments, and it's interesting that Bruce got that nugget from Coach Smith about playing more man, is their zone wasn't great. And I think part of the reason it wasn't great is there was no Stanley Green defensively for the Illini. So Chase Garbers was looking at a secondary with some moving pieces. We saw Sidney Brown not get over the top on some of those vertical shots down the field. And I think that's the proper adjustment. If you can't contain those shots down the field and zone, you got to be a little more aggressive and get up into that man-to-man coverage.
They did not contain Cal in that first half. 273 yards is 50 yards shy of their game average. Play action and looking over the top, underthrown and incomplete. It was Keikoa Crawford running deep. Jamal Milan applying the pressure, 2nd and 10.
And it was a good thing there was some pressure because I think initially Garbers has this throw down the field. Again, that aggressive mindset and sticking to it offensively. But that pressure forced Garbers to move up in the pocket and then ultimately allow the coverage to recover.
Yeah, you're right. He had him. If he'd been able to cut it loose earlier. Now to the 4th incompletion of the game for the sophomore from Newport Beach. And 2nd and 10 from the 44. Chris Brown ran for 84 yards in the first half. Able to turn the corner here and cross midfield. And see where they spot him. He's close to the first down.
Yeah, this big man is not just a between the tackles back. We saw the touchdown reception earlier and then ultimately breaks the containment right there. That's the play for a defensive coordinator. That's Eifler, the linebacker there. His job to keep containment on Brown. He could not. And the big back moves the chains.
So first down at the Illinois 46. Back to the air with Garbers. Letting it fly again. Wants Polk. Incomplete coverage from Hobbs. Polk had a monster first half, and they were looking for the freshman again, but Hobbs good coverage.
Yeah, over 100 yards receiving in that first half, and 3 of them were on the safety. Instead of that safety over the top, you keep your best cover corner, and that's Hobbs. Step for step, right waistband to waistband. You can't do it any better than that.
But boy, you think Chase Garbers trusted Makai Polk at all?
You think he's looking forward to the next couple seasons?
He told us the other day he can't wait to see what Makai Polk can become. Get a full offseason at the college level under his belt. Pack on some weight. 6'3", 185 right now. Here's a timeout for Illinois. We'll take the timeout.
All right, we got a first timeout. Illinois. 12-11 remaining in the third quarter. Garber's the next. Eli Manning says Damien. West Branch Brawl says Michigan versus Ohio State basketball games. February 4th, OSU at U of M, and March 1st, U of M at Ohio State.
For its first bowl win since 2011. Cal back-to-back bowl trips, but looking for the first bowl win since 2015. Here's Brown making a man miss.
Got a first down, Cal.
First down inside the 35, moving over 100 yards on the afternoon.
And that man he made miss is the second best tackler in college football. That's a one-on-one with Dele Harding right in the hole right there.
It's a lot of shake for a 230-pounder.
I mean, you can just see that he's got a little extra juice. And you talked about it earlier, just that month off. He battled an AC joint, a shoulder injury most of the season. And just everything looks good, feels good. When those two things happen, well, you can play good.
Normally, you talk about that when you're talking about like nice wristbands and cool uniforms. And this play gets blown up. Able to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage and then show off some of the power and turn a loss of a few into a gain of a few.
Gain about 2, possibly 3.
It was a good old-fashioned rugby scrum.
Uh-oh, we got a Illinois player down.
Injured Illinois player. It's Milo Eifler. A Berkeley native, started his college career at Washington and transferred to Illinois.
Does walk off the or run off the field, or I should say jog off the field under his own power.
Power 5 transfers that have started.
He is going into the tent.
As Lovie Smith said, just watch the semifinals and all of the influence of grad transfers.
D. Group looks like he's his replacement.
College football, and Illinois is taking advantage of it.
Play action on second down. Garbers drops it in.
Oh!
Is pulled in.
Ball is at the. Oh, he's hurt.
22 yards and first and goal. Tonjes yet to get up.
And he's on the outside making, I love that combination. That's a 2 tight end vertical combination. And again, while Illinois wants to play more man, they go back to zone. That is Sidney Brown, who's trying to dislodge Tonjes from the football. He can't do it.
Jake Tonjes is down.
Take a look at Tonjes. We'll take another break.
I do have to mute the game audio for commercials. So hang on tight, because we'll be right back. Big Ten member in the NIT. I will say this, if you guys do subscribe, please smash that notification bell. We only have about 5.7% that actually clicked the notification bell. Uh-oh. I gotta do,
After he had 10 catches during the regular season.
Yeah, led the Bears this year at just under 20 yards a catch, and he doesn't mind going up and getting it. And it's a different guy. I mean, this Chase Garber is from 1 year ago, and that Cheez It Bowl, not even the same quarterback.
Got it first down and goal. He'll loft it to the end zone. That is caught by Crawford, but he was laying out of bounds. There is a flag down, and
flag on the play
coming up.
Pass interference on the defense, number 8. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
I think Nate Hobbs is pleading his case, saying he's got his hands all over me as well. But we have seen this now on 4 occasions, clearly out of bounds when Kokoa catches it. But on 4 occasions, they have called it on both sides. Right or wrong, right? And we've called games this year, Joe, where they don't call that one time, where they let those guys go at it and fight back and forth, but they have been consistent with this call throughout.
Moves it right to the 2. 3 tight ends in the game for Cal. That includes Tonjes back from the injury. Fake to Brown, rolling to the flats and throwing for another one of those.
And got another Cal touchdown.
Gets involved.
27-13.
So sneaky in these formations. And the little sneak concept again from Ryan Wald. He's in a fullback spot, but he's got to sneak through underneath the line of scrimmage. The heavy play, run action away. The defenders, the linebackers, all eyes geared up for the heavy run. And Chase Garbers, have yourself an afternoon.
3rd touchdown for Garbers on 15 of 20.
And it's to everybody.
Right.
He's getting everybody involved.
Yeah, 3
Kick is
touchdowns.
up, kick is good.
Christopher.
Do got to mute the game audio for copyrighted music. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the audio. Appreciate you guys for being patient. West Branch Ball says, well, Illinois, You go to a bowl game for the first time in a while and you embarrass yourself and the Big Ten. Damien says Chicago really can't ever get a break. RC says, can you guys believe Tua is considering going back to college? You know what? That doesn't shock me if he does or doesn't. Because I feel like he probably thinks that, his injury probably hurt his draft stock. So going back to college, he can, get healthy for a full year and show that, hey, this injury is behind me. This is me. Now come draft me.
Fans as well. Big alumni base here. It's great engineering school at Illinois, and a lot of folks have moved out here to Silicon Valley. 19,000 Illinois grads living in the Bay Area, which is the second largest population base of Illinois grads outside of just Chicago.
There was a hype pep rally yesterday, I'll tell you that.
I heard there was a great pep rally leader making it hype. Dre Brown spun around and then popped shy of the 20.
This is the second time now. We showed it earlier on the QB sneak of just Illinois trying to communicate. And also look at Cal here with all of their pre-snap movement. All right, they're going to shift. They're going to line up one way. You call the swap and go into the other formation. And look at all the movement of those defenders. Now, most importantly, watch Daley Harding right here trying to communicate. And at the snap, he still is barely able to get his eyes back into that play action. They know what to expect. You're going to get a lot of movement, a lot of shifts out of this offense, but trying to get it communicated and get everybody on the same page has been difficult for them.
Appreciate that, Hawk.
Isaiah Williams saw him use him in this role a couple times during the first.
What is going on? What is...
Used him as slot receiver, thrown it to him once, given it to him on the jet sweep a couple times. 2nd and 7 for Illinois. Dre Brown. 3rd down.
This feels like a big possession for Illinois. With all those bodies down offensively, you've got to stay within reach. Right, and I like the commitment to the run. There's no panic. You're now in a very manageable 3rd down situation, but Lovey knows it. Cannot afford a 3 and out and put the defense right back on the field right now. And again, just a 4-man rush look. Cal content to play some zone. It looks like behind it.
3rd down 4. Peters. Good coverage downfield. He's trying to keep it alive. He loves.
Oh, got a big first down.
The senior's first catch of the season is a big 3rd down pickup.
That is so good. Brandon Peters wanted to go. He saw zone coverage. He wanted to throw a quick little option route at the sticks. Travion Beck jumped that route. He jumps it right there. That's going to be a pick if he throws it. The wherewithal to extend the play. And this is really good. Falling away. Peters made some big-time throws himself this afternoon.
And Davis, who had 40 catches over his first few years in Illinois, has his first one this year. Over the top, there's Navarro into Cal territory.
All right, big-time first down with a huge game.
This one for 29.
You know what I like about Peters for a
Yeah,
big
RC,
guy?
I think that's exactly what's going through his
pocket.
head.
Watch him. Watch his balance. And then he throws just a dart to Navarro, who's working across all of that zone coverage. Just a beautiful frozen rope and a beautiful response by Illinois.
Pressure coming out of the secondary. Peters rolling in that direction. Now he will heave it out of bounds. Travion Beck trigger him with the pressure. 2nd and 10.
A lot of times bigger quarterbacks get a little bit loose with their fundamentals, right? You think I can just sling it and I'm 6'5", 225, very talented. But you can see a real hyper focus both in high school. I think Jim Harbaugh, Michigan, Pep Hamilton. That's continued here at Illinois with Rod Smith. A real focus to stay compact in his delivery. And I think the more compact you are, the more consistent you can be as well.
Grew up in Avon, Indiana, near Indianapolis, cheering for the Colts, playing imaginary games in the yard, wearing a Peyton Manning jersey, and wearing Peyton's number 18, looking a little bit like him, chucking around on this drive as Corbin loses but a half yard, and it's 3rd down. Luke Beckett making the tackle for Cal.
He sure did, and so did Evan Weaver right behind, and those two seniors are buddies. And Beckett slowed down. Corbin, Weaver comes and does what he does best, and that goes and finishes tackles. Just a heavy-handed dude, man. When he gets his hands on you, you go down.
Picked up 3rd down already on this drive to Trinard Davis here on 3rd and 10. Peters steps up, lets it go into coverage this time, and incomplete over the head of Daniel Barker. Coverage from Hicks and Hawkins.
I don't know where to go. I mean, you can't cover it much better than this. Look at them have eyes on the routes. They know the concept that is coming. That is well studied. That's your preparation and ultimately the execution to get it done. Nowhere to go.
Well, this is within the range of James McCord, but down 2 touchdowns. Kind of an in-between spot. And they'll keep the offense out there at the 34, 4th and 10. Cal shows pressure. They didn't get it off.
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Wow.
Now you get a punt.
Yeah, and you'd burn the earlier timeout, right, defensively. And at 4th and 15, I think you do have to punt here.
The 3rd delay penalty today.
And that time it was that bare front. It was that pressure look. Cal was going to play cover 0 and bring blitz. And as they were deciphering and working through that protection-wise at the line of scrimmage, that play clock went to 0.
So they bring Hayes on. Remigio and Hawkins go back. Hayes takes his time for the coverage team to get down there and drops it to the 11. So Cal with a 2-touch.
All righty. I do have to mute the game audio. It's 28-13. 7:49 left in the 3rd. Appreciate that, RC. You have a blessed day. Hopefully to see you for that Florida and Virginia game. I did get my thumbnail all set up, so as soon as we get off, I just got to set it up, and we'll be live for Virginia and Florida. Yeah, I think Jim Harbaugh should have stayed as the 49ers head coach. But I do got to say, shout out to Kyle Shanahan.
On fourth down, a delay, they punt, and so Cal back on offense. What has been a really impressive day for Chase Garbers. Christopher Brown is over 100 yards on the ground, and it's another career game for Mekhi Polk. Second game in a row he's put up career numbers following the regular season finale at UCLA. It's Brown on first down for 7.
And I can't be the only one pondering, and I'm sure there's both Cal fans in the stadium and at home going, man, where was this?
I will say Brown Jr. is a guy the Detroit Lions have got to keep an eye out.
And I think Justin would tell you that when Chase Garbers started and
that
finished
dude is a monster.
They were 6-0. They were just a different team when that guy was healthy. And even though he came back from injury, I think
chat,
he feels
correct me if I'm wrong, if Malcolm Brown
Brown again lowers the shoulder. Harding,
Rams running back that Detroit tried to go after last offseason, came from Cal as well.
And we talked about these two middle linebackers coming into the game. You see number 9 is going to scrape back over the play, and he's going to come and do his best to make sure 230 pounds goes the other way. Some guys just like to hit.
Yeah. There are a lot of those guys in this game.
What is going on, Pathfinder? Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you had a very Merry Christmas.
They're down 1 for Cal. Brown trying to fight for it, but he didn't get it. Harding was the first man to hit him.
Yeah, we were just talking during the last commercial about these two middle linebackers. And while we felt their presence, we haven't felt their total impact on the game. This is the most impactful play yet.
Yeah, I'm liking Garber. This is my first Cal game watching. And Garber is a man amongst boys.
Christopher Brown and ultimately stopped that possession in a 3-and-out that was a must.
Nation's top 2 tacklers, Weaver and Harding, both 6 today. And it's just how you draw it up if you're Lovie Smith. You punt, pin him down around the 10 and a 3-and-out. Line drive punt from Coots, but away from Navarro. It's a good Cal bounce inside the 30.
Ball's at the 29-yard line for the Fighting Illini.
Guys, a lot of people may have noticed Illinois has the number 97 on their helmets. And it's for Bobby Roundtree as a defensive lineman. Last May, near his home in Largo, Florida, he suffered a severe spinal injury while swimming. And at this point now, his recovery has really picked up. He had spent a lot of time in rehab and in surgery in Florida. He moved to a facility in Chicago, and he stunned his teammates in late November in a game against Northwestern. He spoke to the crowd on the video board, and talking to Lovie Smith about it, he said, really, this guy has been so inspirational, and we've cheered on his comeback every step of the way. He means so much to this program.
First down, it is Rayvon Bonner. A few of the guys from Illinois went up and visited him on Christmas Day.
And I am sure he is watching this game right now. And he got a tear in his eye thinking about this team and Coach Smith, and also saying, let's go, guys. Where's the juice? That was what he was saying to him when he came and visited the locker room. Where's the juice? Where's the energy? He was the energizer guy. And I guarantee you he's asking for it right now by this and for this offense to respond.
Still set up a locker for him wherever they are for each game. Another run for Bonner. This has kind of been the plan for Illinois. So diminished at receiver. Do what they can on first and second down. A lot of times running the ball and see where they wind up on third down.
But you just don't see a crease, right? I mean, those are hard yards. Those are
West
back-to-back
Ball,
possessions
which one
now
are you
where it's
talking
run,
about?
run, 3rd and 4, run, 3rd and 4. There are just not those seams, and whether it's Bonner, Brown, Corbin, all 3 of those backs.
3rd and 4, 4:32 left in the third quarter.
For the last 3 years with Justin Wilcox,
28-13 California with the lead.
Defensively with these
Illinois
Bears.
with the
I said it
football.
a few minutes ago, 2 defensive-minded programs. Who would have thought you would ever say that about Cal? 3rd down 4 coming up here. Peters tucks it.
Peters
and
gets the
runs
first
for it.
down.
First down across the 40.
Well, he doesn't throw
4:10 left in the third quarter.
That I backed up for a couple
After this
years,
game,
but
I
Peyton
will
didn't
be
do
doing
this much
Florida
either.
and Virginia.
Grew up idolizing Peyton Manning as every
Tomorrow will
young
be
quarterback
Florida
in the state
State,
of Indiana does.
Arizona
That's a
State, followed by
added tool that
Utah
he's
and
got in his
Texas.
toolbox.
I'm sure he had a Brock Hewitt jersey, too.
No.
That is Lone Toa Iloa with a tackle on Dre Brown.
But what is it again? It's a 2-yard
down
gain.
run.
Yeah, and
Short
it's
gain.
Yes, and it's just they're square, right? When you watch these Cal defenders on that
Second
D line,
and 8.
it really doesn't matter who it is, and they're too deep. They just stay square to the line of scrimmage.
Wednesday, I'll be
Right,
doing
Illinois
Michigan,
is a side,
Alabama,
they're a lateral
Oregon, and
run game. You
Wisconsin,
wanna
and
get people
Georgia and
running.
Baylor.
And just watch, instead of watching the ball, just watch how square those guys stay to the line. It squeezes the gaps, and then ultimately Weaver and Dang and the secondary are the beneficiaries of that.
Here's Brown, stopped by Hawk Schreider. And it's a Cal run defense that the last 4 games has held opponents below 50 yards per game. And so when you look at what Illinois has been able to do, 142 yards total, that's pretty darn impressive.
But the quarterback, the leading rusher?
Right. Not a lot of it came very early, especially that first drive. They do again set themselves up with a very manageable third down, though, with the back-to-back runs. On 3rd and 3, Cal showed pressure and backed off.
Oh my goodness, that play got blown up.
Beck, the 5'9"
Beck
nickel
with the
playing big
tackle
right
for
there, making it
loss.
4th down.
Yeah, we saw Beck earlier jump a 3rd down route. He jumped a little option route, and you do this because you have eyes in the backfield. Look at this. He's looking the entire way. This is a little option. A really good play on the edge, too, to make that ball dip a little bit. That's Ben Hawk Schreider that makes that ball go even deeper and allow Beck to attack upfield even more. And ultimately, the secure tackle.
One of the things that Justin Wilcox was displeased with after the first half is how poorly they were tackling. Nice open field tackle there, and another punt coming from Hayes. All the way back inside the 5, and Remigio goes back and fields it and brings it to the 11. Remigio could do that.
Oh, I do got to mute the game audio for copywritten music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate the 37 of you in the building. If you guys can give this stream a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell because that does help when I go live for Florida, Virginia, Florida State, Arizona State, Utah, and Texas, Alabama, Michigan, Oregon, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Baylor. And I'll be doing the NFL playoffs. I'll have 2 Pistons games versus the Clippers and Lakers. And then I will be, if I could get out of work on Friday in time, I will do some college basketball. I will be your home for college basketball as well. And your home for March Madness. Augustine, you can go kick hot coals with no shoes on, because guess what? You're out of here, you trash. Anybody that comes in my chat disrespects me, you could go take a darn hike. Because this is my chat, this is what we do. You're lucky I put the game audio for y'all. Scrub wants to come here and tell me to shut up. How about you shut up and get out of here? Bum. We have fun on my channel.
Laying it on the line for one another.
Cal, this drive starts at the 12. Garber's throwing the slant for Crawford out to the 30 on a gain of 19.
All of that run, you got a 100-yard rusher. You see the commitment of the safety and those linebackers coming to the line of scrimmage. This is a reaction to that last drive, where you saw
appreciate that, Phoenix Gamer.
Really coming and attacking.
Welcome to the family. You're
So what do
definitely
you
an
do off of it?
MVP, brother.
You run that slant right behind behind him, and Garber's once again on the money.
Crawford, who's missed much of the season because
Appreciate
of
you,
injuries,
James
left off
Willis.
there.
Appreciate that, Patrick McRodery. Hopefully I said your name correctly. If not, I'm terribly sorry.
Collins out of the backfield, open underneath. Nice first down gain for the junior from Sacramento.
Probably worth mentioning, this Illinois defense giving up some yards this year. But the difference is they've been excellent in the red zone, and then they're third in the country in takeaways. And they've not really sniffed it today. There's not been a ball that Garbers has really put in harm's way. He's done like that, taking the check down or on the verticals, put it right on the money. It really feels like for Lovey, you better find a way to get a turnover in the final 15-plus minutes here if you're just going to change the energy and the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, so one of the best in the country at taking it away.
Yeah,
But Cal
Damien, trolls are dumb.
If they keep it right here, they're going to set a program record for the fewest turnovers in a season. A bubble to Remigio, stopped by Sidney Brown. Only 13 turnovers.
Third and
in
maybe
12
about
and a
one,
half
or they
games
might
this
have
year
gave
for
him
Cal.
that first
Program record
down.
for fewest is 15.
Depending on the
Chappin
spot,
Justin Wilcox's
that could do it for the third quarter.
2016.
Remarkable about
Okay,
that.
it's third and
Monster had
1.
5 interceptions. The backup quarterback, a true freshman thrown in at Utah, Brash had an interception. So 6 of those 13 came from the backup quarterbacks in 4 games. Again, speaking of just how important Garbers was at protecting that football, how elite they were in that phase of the game.
This third quarter will come to a close. The fourth to begin with a
All right.
third down and about a foot.
I do have to mute the game audio for copyrighted music and commercials as soon as the commercials do return. Or as soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate you guys for being patient. I know I seen what he said. I seen what he said, Gridiron. I appreciate that, West Branch Ball. I haven't seen it. I just seen paraphrases of what was said. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Bob Quinn, sometimes you gotta just be quiet, man. Stay in the lab. But tonight, I'll be doing Florida, Virginia, Florida State, and Arizona State, Utah, and Texans, Michigan, Alabama, Oregon, and Wisconsin, Georgia, and Baylor. Then we got the Pistons at Clippers, possibly a day off on Friday, the NFL playoffs, plus the Pistons and Lakers. And that will conclude our week this week. So if you're new in the chat, definitely subscribe. Smash that notification bell because it does help the channel. John Van Driver says, go Georgia. What's going on? Appreciate you for coming out. Hopefully you had a very Merry Christmas. Yeah, West Branch Ball, Florida and Georgia kind of trumps that. It is a college bowl game. So I will not be doing the Pistons and the Jazz tonight. John says, Happy New Year's. Well, Happy New Year's to you as well, brother. Appreciate you for coming out. Hopefully you have fun. That's what we do on this channel. We enjoy the game. Talk amongst each other. Have fun. I am more of a streaming channel. Brandon Bauer says, thanks for the stream, bud. Appreciate you for coming out, Brandon. Hopefully you had a very Merry Christmas. Hey, Gridiron Blitz. You know, when you got playoffs and bowl games, you know, sometimes Sometimes you got to sacrifice what you love for bringing people the content that they most want and crave. As the wise old man once told me, who watched the Lakers versus Mavs. I seen highlights. I couldn't watch the game because I was actually in the middle of a stream last night. All right, we are in the start of the money quarter, the fourth quarter. Can Illinois come back, or is this the year of Cal?
Quarter beginning with a third down and about a foot. Garber snuck it for a touchdown earlier today, trying to sneak it for a first down here. It looks like he got a pretty good spot. You were saying earlier, you think more teams would sneak it if it wasn't called a quarterback?
First down, California.
Right. It just sounds so meek.
Let's go quarterback plunge.
Hey, did you see what I said though, Gridiron?
Again, especially when you can get now the benefit. So on that play, Tonjes, the tight end, is able to come around.
Sometimes you got to sacrifice to give the people what they want, as the wise old man once said.
So even if you get stopped on that initial contact, I'm telling you, if there's a study this offseason, the success rate of those QB sneaks and short yarders off the charts.
My uncle's team is Illinois. I'm a Georgia fan. That's what's up, John.
Quarterback bully.
And I definitely appreciate your team, John. You guys blessed us with Matthew Stafford.
And it's 2nd and 10 as Trayvon Clark was out there, but so were several orange shirts.
Quarterback Brady. I mean, Tom's done it for 20 years. And one, like, he's the greatest of all time. And I think that's a pretty successful play. And Chase does have a really good feel for it.
It's 28-13, 14-17 left in the fourth quarter, 2nd and 10.
Image, you know, head down.
True.
I like your first thought. Plow.
Perfect.
Garbers to throw on 2nd and 10. Good coverage initially. Underneath, Brown comes open. And Christopher Brown Jr. with a first down into Illini territory. Illinois ripping at that ball. But
yeah,
Brown
John, I'm going to be doing the Florida-Virginia. And then I'm going to tomorrow do Florida State, Arizona State, and Utah versus Texas. And then on Wednesday it'll be Michigan versus Alabama, Oregon and Wisconsin, and Georgia versus Baylor. And then the next bowl game I'll do is the national title game, also known as the Tiger Bowl.
They'll throw it again. Makai Polk.
Yeah, okay, I was about to say, they needed to throw a flag on that. That was holding or pass interference. It's going to be on the defense.
Attack a number of different times today.
Pass interference on the defense, number 30. It's a 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
So you got a lot of cushion and you got a corner route coming. We've seen this in the red zone. We saw it a third down catch by Remigio.
Appreciate that, John.
That time, again, you're just
hopefully you can stick around for more games.
You're going to draw the penalty.
I will be doing college basketball as well. And I'll be your home for March Madness.
For those 7
I also do NBA basketball as well as NFL.
Moves it to the 31. Already a 2-touchdown lead for Cal. Collins motions out. Garbers with his eyes downfield again will take what the defense gives him, and a good open field tackle by Devin Witherspoon. He's played a pretty good game here in his first career
Collins
start.
With the,
he's going to be a good one for the next 3 years.
Nice little game.
Camp late. He was all poised to go to Hutchinson Junior College.
Got about 4 yards on that. 2nd and 6.
Spot opens. Opportunity.
13-15 left in the fourth quarter.
Both he and Hobbs on the other side are going to play a lot of football for Lovie Smith, and those are 2 corners that do not mind tackling.
How about going from planning on being at a junior college in August to starting a bowl game for a Big Ten team in December?
Okay.
2nd down 6. Garber steps up.
Garber with the run.
Slides.
Gain about 2 or 3 yards.
Which is just across 25, 3rd and short.
And I think you're in 4-down territory. If you're going to be consistent for Bo Baldwin and Justin Wilcox in your mindset over this afternoon, we saw them before halftime on 4th down not settle for a field goal to go up 17-10. Instead, went right for the jugular. And I think right now is probably going to be in Bo's ear and say, hey, you got 2 plays now to get these 4 yards.
You wouldn't take the points.
John, who doesn't get smoked by Ohio State?
I think that they're going to be consistent
outside of
in their mindset
outside of Clemson,
to be aggressive.
On 3rd and 4.
Oh, what a hard hit. Oh, they're going to probably try to call it targeting.
Nancy gets drilled.
There's a flag possibly on Eifler.
And of course, the thought initially is that this would be a targeting call. Let's see.
Personal foul, targeting on the defense, number 5. The previous play is
he's
under
gone.
further review.
What do you think?
This is going to be a really good one to discuss with Dean Blandino as well. Yancey, defenseless player.
Oh, yeah. The helmet hit
I don't
first.
think he has converted from receiver into running back to protect himself. So do you have forcible contact with any part of your body to the head or neck area?
Dean, what do you think?
Hard to argue it.
The first thing we have to establish, is he a defenseless player? It's close, but when
Hey,
you
go
have
blue.
a receiver that's attempting
Come on, John.
to complete the catch, you give him the benefit of the doubt.
Even though we're going to get steamrolled
I
by
still have him
Alabama.
Defenseless. Now we look at the posture of the defender. Is he attacking? Is he initiating forcible contact to the head-neck area? They're going to re-officiate this, and if they can't confirm all elements, they can overturn. It does look like there's forcible contact to the head-neck area. It's close, though. You see that shoulder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shoulder to the body here.
So, Dean, are there enough other indicators? I think we've learned that over
Nah,
the
but
course
John,
of this
I will-
season and
I
these
will say this, like,
conversations with you. Are there enough
Me,
other
I'm a
indicators to also trigger
fan that actually is respectful.
Yeah,
so,
to me,
like,
it
as long
does
as you're
look
respectful
like he's
towards
leading
me, I'm
the
cool with
shoulder
you.
and makes enough contact with the shoulder
You
to
know, I
the
was,
body, where I'm just not sure.
I was
that this is
chatting it up
actually
with
targeting. And again,
Kansas
they have
City
to
Chiefs
re-officiate it, and if they can't
at Ford
confirm all
Field.
elements,
And after the game, I shook their hands and said, hey, good game.
I think you love the fact that Eifler's coming in with the shoulder, and he's saying that right there. I'm coming in with the shoulder. I'm not leading right with the crown of my helmet, which we saw the other night.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't matter if he's a defenseless player.
Correct. So the only thing you would say, I think, to Eifler in that case is, can you just change your target, right? Instead of coming anywhere near that head or neck area, can you hit him in the ribs? Can you dislodge that run? That's what you're trying to teach and train with these
After
calls.
review, the ruling of targeting is confirmed. Number 5 is ejected from the game. Half the distance, automatic first down.
So Eifler is ejected for the targeting. And in the context of the game situation, the bigger deal is that it's a first down, and it moves it all the way to the 11.
Ooh, that's a huge penalty. Especially being
And I
down
know people are gonna
28
say that
to
he got his head out of the
13.
way. It doesn't matter if it's forcible contact on a defenseless player to the head or neck area. It could be your forearm. And if it's your forearm that is that forcible contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless player, you're going to get, by rule, what you just got, a confirmation of that targeting call.
And Cal, the least penalized team in the Pac-12. Illinois, the second most penalized
Alabama's
team in the Big Ten.
overrated.
Both of those trends have continued today. Just 3 penalties on the Golden Bears. That is the 8th on Illinois. And it makes it 1st and 10.
How's it going,
at the
Phoenix
11-yard
Gamer?
line.
Appreciate that subscription, brother.
Dancy motions out. Garber's over the middle into a tight window. Finds Reinwald.
And California.
Couldn't hang on.
Cal with the
Nearly had
touchdown.
his second touchdown of the day, and some of his buddies think that he does, but that's incomplete. It's incomplete. It's a
What?
wonderful song, but it's 2nd and 10.
And I think Gavin tried to kind of
Okay.
Everybody was selling it. I mean, the band, the O-lineman.
Oh, it's because it was yet another dart right into that zone coverage. The anticipation's been awesome from Chase. And that's pretty darn close early, right? He has control of it
Oh,
early as
come
he goes to the
on.
ground.
See, that's the one thing I can't stand
Gotta
about
work by
these
the officials
stupid.
in real time.
Gotta have ball
He loses
control. Who
control
cares?
there,
Did
and
the
that is
ball
incomplete.
cross the
Well
stupid
done
plane?
by this officiating
Plain and
crew.
simple, folks.
So 2nd down.
Play ball.
Dancy to the 6. 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 5.
Now, you may be in a different situation here, Joe. Talk about that 4-down territory at the 25-yard line with a kicker that has been a bit iffy in that distance.
I appreciate that, John.
Range. But that's what's going on right now. What do you want to do here? How do you want to approach this situation if you don't get this right here?
Well, hopefully you subbed because you wanted to sub. We didn't make you sub.
That's Greg Thomas, who looks ready to go. 12th play of this drive coming up here. They work out of an empty set on 3rd and 5 from the 6. Garber's back in the end zone.
And got the touchdown. There we go. Ramingo, who had the crazy catch, caps it off with a touchdown.
This was big-time eyes and shoulders, manipulating the zone coverage. Chase knows exactly where he wants to go, and all of that action is to set up the movement, to move the safeties out of the way, to open that window.
All right, West Branch ball. Just know that when Michigan beats you, when Michigan beats Michigan State,
for Nico Remigio late this season, the huge
we'll put you on notice.
Game played well against UCLA. And he's got a touchdown here that is
there it is.
For Cal to 3
the extra point is good. I do have to mute the game audio for copywritten music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the audio. We got 11 and 6 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. It is 35-13. Phoenix Gamer says West Branch ball, as do Auburn fans such as myself, despite beating them in the Iron Bowl 4 times this decade, include 2 of the last 3. Oh, you're talking about, oh yeah. Yeah. My Michigan team's going to get destroyed 55-17, but Alabama's still a little overrated. I don't think that they cheat, but I do think that they're paid on the NCAA payroll. That they can't do no wrong, but that just makes you play for 60 minutes. I'm having a bad spelling today. Hey, I tell you what, autocorrect is a man's worst friend. Yeah, they need to flex that U of M MSU game though. Real talk. I bet you Alabama has Patriots playbook. That is a possibility. They Bill Belichick did produce Nick Saban. I did a good video on that. You can search my videos and check out that film. All right, we are back with game audio, folks.
Gets thumped by Iowa. Wazoo can't stop the Air Force Academy, and this is one of those Power 5 on Power 5, Big Ten, Pac-12 matchups that you want.
Yeah, the Big Ten has dominated in head-to-head matchups the last few
years. Wow,
Damian,
you got Michigan in a close one?
On you here, Joe Davis.
Hey, shout out to you.
We talked about the eyes of Garbers earlier. Look at his eyes. See, it takes everybody away, and he does that for this purpose, to affect this linebacker right here. Those eyes are left.
Thomas Ware, absolutely. They do need to play Marcel Dancy more.
but he wants to move him to open that window to throw it right behind his ear, and he gets it done.
Appreciation for coming out. Hopefully you had a very Merry Christmas.
Using those shoulders and eyes when you know it's zone coverage, and you put a linebacker in a really difficult space to try to cover.
It's one of the things Bo Baldwin talked about this week, was how important it would be for him to move the backers, move the safeties with his eyes and his shoulders, as that one is incomplete for Navarro. And he's done a masterful job of it today. Not just the 4 touchdowns, but no turnovers against his ball-hawking defense.
And you know what else he's had? He's had a lot of time. He's gotten the ball out of his hands, but Justin Wilcox hired Steve Graywood as O-line coach. He was his first hire at Cal. The first guy that he wanted to bring on his staff. This will be his last game he's coached, and his O-line has done a fine job.
Navarro makes a nice snag on this one, but it's only for 3.
And he'll find Justin Wilcox another coordinator. He will. And there's a lot of coordinators that would be very interested in this job working for Justin. But I would contend
Same to you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Thomas.
Critical in that process. Hard to find, especially ones that have done it for 4 decades, like that man Steve Graywood has.
A couple Oregon guys. Justin Wilcox played there. Steve Graywood, most of his career was as a coach there. He played there as well. Peters
got a big first down
for his first catch of the day near midfield.
Ball about the 49.
How about that throw right over Evan Weaver?
Some impressive strikes today from Peters.
Yes.
Huh?
After this game, I will be doing Florida and Virginia.
All next season.
Tomorrow's Florida State,
that's a dropping linebacker.
Arizona State,
right over his
Utah,
reach with
and
enough
Texas.
velocity in front of Hawkins. Make it happen.
Fake to Brown.
Okay,
tight window
gain about
Navarro,
6 or
to
7.
Bruce.
Joe, as Brock was saying before, actually they have 3 offensive assistants they're going to have to replace. A receiver coach, as well as obviously Steve Graywood and Bo Baldwin, who's moving on. I talked to Justin Wilcox a little bit before the game. You know, when you were talking about all the motion and shifts and a lot of stuff we've seen people at Boise do, a lot of things that
2nd and 4
he
for
wants to do, Justin
Illinois.
Wilcox, really to take advantage of the intelligent kids that they feel like they can recruit here, and that's the system he wants to stay with. It's similar to what Bo Baldwin's doing, and I think after
got a nice
first,
pass.
he's going to get into
First
it and try
down.
to speed up this process. Don't be surprised if he looks at a guy with some NFL experience either.
It's Carlos Sandy with his first catch this year, Brock.
Yeah, you're not going to see a tempo, no huddle, air it out, go crazy. You're going to see.
Yeah, Wednesday I'll be doing Michigan, Alabama.
Baldwin established here with a lot of scheme.
I'll be doing Michigan, Alabama, Oregon, and Wisconsin, and Georgia versus Baylor.
So you compliment a defensive-centric head coach as well.
They're being pressure here with Illinois in an empty set. That's thrown behind Sandy and almost intercepted by Bynum. Instead, 2nd and 10.
I think that ball may have been
Thomas, I
tipped
will
by
be doing
Troxel
the
at line
national
of scrimmage
title
here.
game. Clemson versus Alabama,
just
or
come off a
Clemson
little bit loose
versus
from Brandon's
LSU.
hands.
Might have been Dang even before Croto.
Well, if it was Dang, that was number 9. He is number 1 on the team in pass breakups at inside linebacker.
You surprised? 6'6", former basketball player. In fact, he was more heavily recruited as a basketball player than he was football, and originally went to VMI to play both. He just couldn't give football up, though. Peters, eyes downfield, zips away to 10. Perfectly done to Troxel.
That was a laser pass.
Well,
Big time game.
Chase manipulating the safeties. You see a little even pump fake here in the eyes. Brandon Peters says, I can do better and throw that same strike deep down the field. And a tremendous response here that the Illini had to have.
Corbin sidesteps a man and finds Dang waiting
About
for
a
him.
gain of 1 or 2.
This is a team that erased 31-10 fourth quarter deficit against Michigan State earlier this season, but they had Josh Amatter-Bebe. They don't have nearly as many options outside for Peters. And down a few scores with 8+ left to go here.
I think that is where you feel it more than anything else is down in this red zone. Just that trusty one-on-one receiver that you are willing to put any 50-50 ball up in the air to.
Corbin looking for the corner. He's
Corbin with the touchdown. Illinois got a much-needed touchdown.
Well, it's that edge again, and that's Croto, the true freshman there for Cal, that just loses the containment. You see Jake Cerny, the left guard, gets enough of that edge, and it doesn't take much for Corbin, for Brown, for Bonner. You just got to give them some green grass, and they'll make you pay, and that's exactly what the Illini did in a hurry.
And so they go.
Kick is up. Kick is good. Do got to mute the game audio for copywritten music and commercials. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the game audio. Appreciate you guys for being patient. For those of you that are new, definitely click the thumbs up. It does help the channel. Subscribe, smash that notification bell, set it to all so you don't miss Florida versus Virginia, Florida State, Arizona State, Utah versus Texas, Michigan, Alabama, Oregon, and Wisconsin, Georgia versus Baylor, the Pistons versus Clippers, the NFL playoffs, and the Pistons versus Lakers. That is my schedule for the week. And I will do the national title game as well as more NFL playoffs games, the Super Bowl, possibly the Pro Bowl, and as well as more basketball after the Super Bowl in college and in pros. I will be your home for March Madness. I will be doing a NBA draft party on this channel. And I will also be doing the NBA playoffs. We are going to have fun. That is what my channel is based off of. And we're going to enjoy some good games. Brandon Bauer with the thumbs up. Appreciate that, brother. About time they do something. Absolutely. West Branch Brawl says number 92 on the 49ers defensive end, Anthony Zettel, is from my hometown. He is absolutely from West Branch. Absolutely. He also can take down trees. I was actually upset when the Detroit Lions cut him. They should have gone for 2. Yeah, but if they would have failed it, then the next time that they would have scored, they would have needed a field goal. Just to tie. I mean, they still need 2 touchdowns, but if they miss the extra point, they would have to have a field goal to tie it. Where if they get that third score, they could win it with the field goal.
Seven left to go.
Whoop. Tying is better than losing. Yeah, but if you lose because you went for 2 and you didn't get it, guess what? You still lost. Football is a game of chess, not checkers. Pick your spots where you want to be aggressive, and try to get those scores up. You know, you got to be able to play good defense and run the football. That's exactly what Cal is doing. They're playing great defense and rushing the. Brown is rushing really well. And Garber's doing his job. You know, it's opening up the passing game. And trying to tell Lovie Smith to try to stop me.
that touchdown a moment ago to draw back to within 2 touchdowns. And Brock, we've talked about it a few times, but 28 takeaways this season for Illinois, 3rd in the country. Still looking for their first today, and boy, do they need it badly here or what. Christopher Brown gets 2 on first down.
And that's going to require maybe a little aggressive call, a little bit of pressure and playing that man behind it. It's also going to just require some relentless pursuit and tackling. To rip and claw at that football. Always been a principle of that man's scheme and defense is to take the ball away.
Only FAU and Baylor have forced more turnovers this season than the Illini. Both those teams have played more than 12 games.
Man-to-man look.
For 2nd and 8. Dancy motions out. Garber's looking over the middle, getting pursued from behind. Garbers lets it fly, incomplete, broken up by Hobbs.
All right, 3rd and 8.
Intended receiver. Oh boy, 3rd and 8.
But he did the right thing. He didn't go through the receiver and draw a 5th pass interference penalty today. Yeah, he wanted the takeaway, but if he went through Polk, he's going to get another penalty. He does the smart thing there. He avoids the contact. He knocks the ball away. And you're 1 play away now from a 3, not getting that ball right back.
Ed Hobbs, a guy Lovie Smith thinks is going to play for a long time. NFL future for the junior corner from Louisville. 3rd and 8 for the Golden Bears. Illinois shows pressure and brings it. It's picked up. Momentarily, then it's popped in the air and incomplete. Isaiah Gay, the man that hit Garbers as he threw, and it's 4th down.
Wow. Wow. And a chance here for the Illini. They bring 6. You knew they were going to heat it up and bring some pressure, all man-to-man on that possession. And then, in and out of the arms of Jamal Woods right there.
Jamal Woods could have came up with a
29 was in the fingertips of the defensive tackle.
Huge
It's a
interception.
The possession lasts less than a minute. So Coots on to punt. The line drive. And dangerously looks like it might have hit an Illinois player. And then driven out of bounds at the 37-yard line by Nothurda. So 6:52 to go in a 2-score game. Illinois has been in this position before.
Appreciate that, Samuel. Yeah, we'll be live for the Florida-Virginia game. Also, Florida State, Arizona State, Utah, Texas, Michigan, Alabama, Oregon, Wisconsin, Georgia, Baylor, the NFL playoffs, the national title game. We'll be doing 2 Pistons game this week, the Clippers and the Lakers. That will pretty much wrap up the week. What is going on, Michael Jackson? Appreciate you for coming out. Hopefully you had a very Merry Christmas. Oh, that's what's up. Well, welcome. Hopefully you can hit that subscribe button and give this video thumbs up, man. We have fun on this channel. We do college football, college basketball, NBA, and NFL. Oh, I appreciate that. Well, welcome to the family. You're definitely an MVP. Appreciate that, John. Says trying to be family friendly.
Yeah, definitely more to it. It was ruled an incomplete pass. Watch this. That ball is out before the hand comes forward. Then we've got to look for clear recovery. And it looked like Harding from Illinois actually came up with it. That's a play replay has to stop.
I don't want to get busted by
even if they're not
by
sure
the
who
YouTube.
recovered it.
Appreciate that, John.
You see it's a fumble. You take a look to try to determine who did recover it because that can be a turnover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and the
what's
turnover
up.
that the Illini so desperately needed. Really surprised, Dean, you don't stop the game.
Got a
the
famous
magnitude
name.
of the moment here. We're in the final 6 minutes of this game. You know that everyone does their prep. The guys in the booth do their prep. You know the takeaway is such a key to this, and that ball is up in the air. And yes, Isaiah Gay gets to the arm of Chase Garbers before he goes to throw.
How's it going,
should have been a
Cheryl?
fumble, and that ball should be on the 20.
How's it going? Appreciate you for coming out.
Later, but you lose 45
Hopefully you guys all had a very Merry Christmas.
About a half minute.
And energy and momentum, and yes, all of that belief, they still believe that they can do it, but you also lean right back into what you've done all season.
So here we go. Peters checks it down to Dre Brown. He's
all right, Dre Brown got the first down.
First play of the drive, and he's going to have more with a flag flying.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Evan Weaver. But just like that, you're right down there around where,
personal foul,
where you should
late hit out of bounds. Number 89 on the defense.
They say, Brock, ball don't lie.
15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
You're going to see Weaver makes contact here in the field of play. All right, so now you got to let up. You got to let up. You got to let up.
So all the way down to the 37. Again, this is an Illinois team that won a game this season, which they trailed 31-10 early on in the fourth quarter, coming from behind to beat Michigan State. Peters drilled as he let it go. It's tipped and picked.
Oh, got an interception. To the 30, to the 40, to the 50.
In front. Crosses midfield and Cal
and there's a
right back.
Flag on the play.
The flag's down, back around where the ball was intercepted.
And if Ben Hochschreider does not make this hit, this could be a touchdown the other way. That was a double move, a little in and go. Illinois had thrown underneath an awful lot. They've been sitting on that play, a double move.
After the interception, illegal block in the back on the defense, number 97. That penalty enforced, 10 yards, first down, California.
Newsium had a chance. Hawkins.
Oh, that's what's up. Illinois grad here.
Yeah, how about this stunt from the kid from Berkeley whose dream was to be a Golden Bear? He went to Chattanooga. He's a grad transfer. If he does not make this hit, I am telling you, this could have been a touchdown the other way. A beautiful route by Donnie Navarro. Look at this, a little double move. He's got him. And if that ball is to the outside, we're talking about the ball at the 15, a one-on-one tackle with Hawkins for a touchdown. Instead, the pressure, Anusium gets his hands on it, and sure enough, Jalen Hawkins finishes it.
Hawkins, a guy that a year ago had 3 interceptions in the bowl game. Gets one here, first turnover of the game, and with 6:24, Cal's got it again.
Oh, so close.
In so many ways over the last couple minutes. Here they go from the 20. Brown straight ahead.
You know, you heard Dabo Sweeney at the end of the Clemson game with their little pop pass, the play action pass, touchdown, say we sat on that all game.
Says 5 more
We've been waiting.
points,
We knew
please.
scheme-wise we were going to run that at some point, and they held it, and they held it, and they held it to the final drive. That last call by Rod Smith, that double move, they've been holding
John
that. They've been waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah,
they could have blocked Ben Hochschreider
did
on
not
that play.
edit it. That's okay.
Brendan Peters maybe has another touchdown, and we're in a one-score game.
Clock winding inside 6 minutes. 2 timeouts left for Illinois. Brown will lose a couple this time. Harding with another tackle.
Tackle for a loss. Third down. Tell you what, I do like this Harding guy from Illinois.
Well, Fox Sports Super 6. Download the app today. Super 6 NFL playoffs for free and a chance to win up to $25,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money.
Still got money all season long.
I guess nobody's any good as Super 6.
That's a big play. And going right back to that aggressive man-to-man mindset. If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat man coverage right now.
On 3rd and 8, they bring 4. Garber's in trouble. He's able to step
got out
away
of
and keep it alive, but a flag
all
down,
tech
and
for a
Garber's
loss.
down. Kalen Tolson finished
Flag
him
on the
off with
play
a
though.
flag in the area of
4:46
holding.
left in the
That's going to be a
fourth.
hold on Isaiah Gay from the tight end, Jake Tonjes.
Holding on the offense, number 85. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Back-to-back 3rd downs where Isaiah Gay has made his
John,
presence known.
Illinois
You can
does
see
have
the
a good
hold
basketball
right here.
team. I did the
Just an
Illinois-Michigan
inside rush.
game,
Busting through the
and
double
they
team.
beat a top 5 ranked team.
And these guys have some fight. They are the fight.
It was
afterwards.
I had a lot of fun in that loss.
And they're in this
I am a
game
Michigan
because of
Wolverine
what
fan,
they've done in the 4th quarter.
and that was a fun game though.
Referenced Michigan State a number
The people
of
in
times.
chat were
Wisconsin,
friendly. They were
finished with a
cool.
game-winning kick.
We had a
They
blast.
played to the final whistle.
The punt from Coots.
Oh,
My goodness.
Hit
Daniel Scott
immediately.
with a huge hit on special teams for Cal on Nate Hobbs.
all right. I do have to mute the game audio for copyright music and commercials. It is 35-20. Cal with the lead, 5:49 left in the fourth. What is going on? Hip hop R&B lover John says lower tier of the Pac-12 is greater than lower tier of the Big Ten. Thomas Ware says I'm an Ohio State fan. That's what's up, Thomas Ware. I will say this, I am a respectful Michigan Wolverine. I know we are arch nemesis, but that's against teams, not against each other. Following this game, I will be doing Florida versus Virginia in the Orange Bowl. I'll also be doing the Sun Bowl, the FSU and ASU, then followed by Utah and Texas.
Wilcox's team looking for its first bowl.
Also Alabama, Michigan, Oregon, Wisconsin,
The win would match the most
Georgia,
wins
and
Cal has had
Baylor.
this decade.
It was a face
And then
mask
the national
on
title
Cal.
game. That would be all the bowl
And a
games I'll be
hold
doing.
on Illinois on the return, and that's an offset and another chance here for a return.
So if you enjoy college football, definitely subscribe.
Better punt this time. Backs Navarro up for the 31. Great coverage again by Cal. The NFL postseason is here.
All right. There's copyright music. I do got to mute. But on Thursday, I'll do the Pistons and Clippers. Sunday, I'll do the Pistons and Lakers. But Saturday and Sunday, I'll do the NFL playoffs. Sorry about that. Did hit my knee. All right. Game is back.
Because the Niners beat them head-to-head in that building.
Well, here we go again, Brock, for Brandon Peters in Illinois. Down 2 touchdowns, 4:05 left to go. Looking for some of that magic that they've sprinkled throughout this season. Facing pressure. Carlos Sandy.
And if you're Cal, you want to keep everything in front of you, but you do not want those big chasms in the
Cal
zone that they had the previous drive.
SEC
Or
and
you
Big
want to play
Ten
that zone
team
defense, you want
this
to keep
season.
everything in
Good
front of you,
job.
but then you cannot give up the explosive.
Says
That was
hip
the
hop
explosive
R&B
vertical that
lover
set up their last
John.
touchdown.
Gave Sandy 4, so it's 2nd and 6 as Peters climbs the pocket, tucks it down, extends the play, and runs.
Got a first down,
Big gain into
Illinois.
Cal territory. Give him 12. 3:28 left to go. 1st and 10 of the 49.
And you got to get right to the ball and have that next play called.
Corner blitz from the near side. They hit the crosser. It's Sandy again, who's
Oh,
stumbled.
he tripped over
Flags come
himself.
flying.
There is a flag on the play.
It's going to be a blindside block against Illinois.
Daniel Barker, tight end who had a good first half.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 87. That's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. We'll replay first down.
Yeah, you love your teammates
Big
coming back
penalties
and helping you out, but you just can't do this in today's college football.
Illinois the entire
right. You got to initiate that contact with your hands. Right? You can still hit that defender, but it has got to be with your hands first to lessen that blow. Been a point of emphasis all season long.
Moves it all the way back to the 39. Costs him about 17 yards.
Yeah, absolutely, James. This has been a physical game. You kind of expect that.
The live ball foul. We'll replay first down.
First and 22.
No Evan Weaver right now on the field. Colt Dowdy in his place.
Last time we saw Weaver on the field,
First and 22.
Called for the personal foul. Finishing a hit late out of bounds. Peters hit from behind by Cameron Good, who's been a standout on this
Got a sack
today.
And really this season with sack now number 9.5 on the year. He is by far their most dynamic edge defender. Been a guy that has battled a bunch of injury and when healthy, and I think this last month has paid huge
That was a
dividends
picture
for him
perfect
as well.
rush though. I ain't gonna lie. Bent those hips,
good.
Got low.
A guy that'll be back. Many will. You talked about the offense bringing everybody back. The defense bringing back more than you would think just looking at the classes. They've got defensive ends, Luke Beckett and Zionde Johnson, who are both fifth-year seniors, but both plan to apply for a sixth year and are optimistic about their chances. On third and long.
What's going on?
Peters
Michelle and Tyler
again.
Browning.
Throws
Just
incomplete.
first down.
Wanted Sandy. Coverage from Bynum. Fourth down and the last chance.
And you know, it was 4th and 17 in East Lansing.
That's true, but you had Josh Amaterbebe.
Yeah, you did.
It's been pretty impressive, though. I don't know what Brandon Peters has been able to do today without Amaterbebe and without all those targets.
Yeah, he moves really well, and he throws it really well, and he's going to have to make one of his best throws of the afternoon to keep this game alive.
At minute 53. Cal takes its first time out. Back in 30 seconds.
All right, there's a timeout by Cal. I do got to mute the game audio for commercials and copyrighted music. As soon as the game resumes, I do resume the audio. I will be going live for Florida and Virginia, Florida State, Arizona State, Utah, Texas, Alabama, Michigan, Oregon, Wisconsin, Georgia, Baylor, and the national title game with LSU and Clemson. I'll be incorporating the NFL playoffs, every single game. And we got
they lost
the audio back.
1-3 of 4 to finish the regular season, and trying to finish it off with their 8th win, which would match the most they've had this decade.
And I think really bounce them into next year where they got a real chance with Oregon in that Pac-12 North, just based on
and
who's
after
coming
the
back, and most importantly, that quarterback.
After the Super Bowl, I'll be incorporating more college basketball as well as more NBA basketball. And I'll be your home for the March Madness. We are going to have a blast.
Last gasp here for Brandon Peters in Illinois on 4th and 17. First reads are covered. He scrambles. Runs. He dives. Did he get it? They're going to spot him just short.
Just a yard short.
Effort, though, from Brandon Peters.
Peters laid it all on the line and dove for that.
First down, California.
Peters is still down. former Wolverine could not get the first down on 4th and 17.
Wow. And that linesman is right on it. He is watching the entire way. And what an unbelievable effort.
Been a busy day for Dean Blandino. A lot of close calls, a lot of plays that have gone to review. What do you think about the spot on this one, Dino?
Yeah, this is really close. The spot is where the ball crosses the sideline. You have an airborne player that is going to land out of bounds. Where does that ball cross the sideline? The line to gain, it looked like it might just be short of that 39-yard line. It's really close, and obviously replay can look at this, and they would have to determine where it crossed in relation to the line to gain.
Yeah, and that linesman is running right down that line, and he's got the best eyes.
The ruling of the field on the field was a player short of the line to gain. The previous play is under further review.
All right, they will review that though.
To take a look.
What an incredible effort.
Awesome. I mean, you see him take off and run. He needs 17 yards. You're thinking he's got no shot.
And I am just so glad it has nothing to do with a head injury. He's had 2 concussions this year that have knocked him out of games. I think he knocks the wind as he's fully exerting full speed, launching. And that is just so hard to see where that ball, as Dean says, where it is in relation to the sidelines when it goes out. It's not where it finishes.
And
again,
as we often see, the key becomes what was the spot on the field.
Yep.
Really hard to overturn. So these are in sync. Still tough,
Yeah.
but it looks to be sure. It looks to be pretty darn good.
I don't see any indisputable shot there that's going to move that ball all the way inside or to the 39 for a first down.
When you sync them up like that, it winds up looking like a almost really, really good spot in real time.
Yep.
By really good, I mean really accurate. So if the call does stand, there'll be 1:40 left. Cal will have it. Illinois 2 timeouts.
You know, I said to you earlier about that Clemson-Ohio State game, just to watch the effort. To see guys get beat up and to come back in and to just fight for their brother was so impressive
After
to me.
review, the ruling on the field stands. It's first down, California.
Yep. And I think that is the right call. And when they look at the game tape, I think Lovie Smith would agree with that. But you feel the same thing here tonight. It's just how hard guys have been playing, how hard they've covered punts, how hard they've covered kicks, how much Brandon Peters has exerted himself in extended plays. Right? I mean, just the love for playing the game. And then ultimately for your teammate next to you. That's what you want to establish within the culture of your program. This is a program with a lot of new faces this season to Illinois. Right, Cal's had a lot of guys here for 3 years that have grown in this thing together. And they're going to take and bank a lot of experience from this season pushing into 2020.
Carry here for Alex Nathurda. You talk about Cal as being a potential contender in the Pac-12 next season. Bringing back those 10 starters on offense. Interesting game 3, huh, against Bo Baldwin. Then moving over to Cal Poly.
And TCU. Love to see that. I love to see
Looks
those
like Cal will be winning this ball game.
Right, they went and played at Ole Miss. They played
all
an
they
SEC
need to
foe.
do is
He's not
convert
ducked
on
away
this
from
first
that Power
down.
5 competition. It can make your team better.
So I do want to take this time out to say appreciate everyone for coming through.
And as you said, if they get a 6-year,
if you do leave,
Johnson
please
and for
leave
Luke
with
Beckett,
the thumbs up.
I think some of their
subscribe
pieces
to the
around in
channel.
Secondary. Bynum's gonna
Smash
return.
that notification
Hicks will
bell.
return. Daniel
Set it
Scott
to
got
all
huge
because you don't want to
experience
miss
and
the
really
games
is
that
gonna be
we have
replacing
on
Evan
this
Weaver,
list.
which you can talk to the folks up in Washington with Ben Burkervin. Easier said than done. 410 some tackles in his career, and just the pulse of that group defensively over the last few years. That will be the biggest void to fill.
Third again. Illinois will use its final timeout here.
All right, there is some copyrighted music.
Yep.
All right, we are back.
So we talk about Cal looking ahead to next season. Illinois, you think there's a chance Illinois could be
3rd and
next
2,
year's
128 remaining in the fourth quarter. It is 35-20.
Very favorable September.
Cal with the lead.
Right, Purdue, a road trip to Lincoln where they've not won in a long time. But you got a lot of seniors to be next year that gained a ton of experience this season. And watch out for them in the month of September as those pieces come together.
Cal looking for one more first down to seal the deal. They'll put it in Garber's hands.
Oh, that could be horse collar.
Bagno. Inbounds though, so the clock will continue to run. Clean. Yep.
Yeah, okay, it is clean.
Clock continues to run.
The
But it is
replay
down, and the punt team will come out. Bagno, that'll be the final play of his college football career. He's got another year of eligibility, but deciding to focus on his studies and moving forward into the real world. What a way to go out.
Yep.
Sack. I wish he would have preferred a different outcome to this one. With inside a minute left to go, and Cal up 2 touchdowns.
Second charge timeout for California.
One of them left for Cal. Called a timeout to get the punt team all set out onto the field. You're talking about Lovie Smith's team looking ahead to next season. Pretty darn easy non-conference slate, and then a relatively easy start to Big Ten play.
Yep.
Yeah, John, that's who I want to win the Super Bowl. I want the Saints to win the Super Bowl, so so Drew Brees can get his second Super Bowl and retire as a world champion. The man deserves it. He's a great quarterback. Can't look at any of the record books without seeing his name first.
Two-year grad transfer. And they're all going to be seniors next year. With a marquee win this year, a bowl appearance this year, and a whole lot more on the agenda for 2020.
I mentioned those 6 Power 5 transfers that have started multiple games this year. 5 of them will be back, and they've got another 2 who are redshirting this year. Going to be eligible to go in the year that Lovie Smith is said to be the one they've been pointing for. So 29 seconds. Illinois, no timeouts.
This is one Justin wanted. This is one I think the conference needed. As you point ahead to bowl season here for the Pac-12, you've still got ASU versus Florida State. You've got obviously the Rose Bowl with Oregon, and I think a really good matchup with a former school that Justin Wilcox coached at, the Wisconsin Badgers, and then Utah, Texas as well.
This is going to be, Brock, just the second Pac-12 win against the Big Ten head-to-head over the
Gary
last 3
Danielson.
years. It'll be 2-7 now.
Out of bounds, number 22. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So an inconsequential penalty there on Illinois. Move it back inside the 10-yard line.
You know, you would think with the Lovie Smith coach team,
they'd 22 for 31.
not cause so many
4
penalties.
touchdowns. A little bit different line than the Cheez-It Bowl line for him last year.
Amazing what confidence and experience can do.
Peters from his own goal line. Got hit as he cut it loose. Toa Iloa, second down.
Yay, T.
Chris Brown Jr., good day today. Had a receiving touchdown. He had 120 yards on the ground. Who is your offensive MVP? Is it Garbers?
I think it's got to be just the way that he played with just confidence.
Yeah, I don't want New England to repeat.
Sharing the ball.
No disrespect to Patriot fans. It's just time for some new blood. Illinois with the first down.
Peters for Griffin Palmer.
And taking care of the ball. Right, should have had the one fumble. If they would have taken another look at it, I think that would have been ruled a fumble. But outside of that, took really good care of the football against one of the country's best at taking the ball away.
Dele Harding, what a season he had to finish off his Illinois career. Second leading tackler in the country.
So fun to watch him play.
Same thing for Evan Weaver. Closing seconds. Peters to throw again. That is behind Navarro and almost intercepted by Anuzium, who a few times today had an opportunity to bring one in, but couldn't quite collect it. Lucky for him, he's got a few years left at Cal.
That guy wanted to change the culture. He said it to anybody that would listen. You know, he wanted to change Cal football to be a defensive team, to be a physical team, to be a team that wouldn't fall apart and could finish. And boy, did they today.
And more for Navarro.
First down, and that is
with a first down, but it will run out with Cal getting its 8th win.
That is it, folks.
In a season this decade.
Cal is your Red Box Bowl champion. But J.K. Dobbins to the NFL. Hey, he's gonna be something special. I like his fight he showed in that bowl game.
35-20 the final score.
But all right. I do have to end this stream to set up for Florida and Virginia. So hopefully you guys could leave, hit this thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification bell, and come back for Florida versus Virginia. With that being said, have a nice day. Troxel Sports Talk, and I'm out. See you soon. Peace.